tomorrow night. We'll go 10,000 tonight, 50 tomorrow night. You are watching the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series presented by FloRacing. What a field of cars. 91 late models total, 45. We've had a late entrant, 45 Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series cars. That is the most since 2016 for this race. I'm James Essex, joined by Dustin Jarrett. 46 Rush late models, plus the Penn, Ohio stock cars joining us as well here tonight. We've got at least 7 drivers doing double duty here tonight on an absolutely beautiful weekend here in Western Pennsylvania tonight. We will have dirt draft hot laps, followed by all-star performance time trials. We'll have heat races, 4 heat races for the Lucas Oil Series, 8 laps. Top 4 for transfer, 2 P mains. Those will be 10 laps, top 3 transferred. Again, a 30-lap feature tonight, 10,000 to win. And again, it is full points for the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. However, the results do not carry over to tomorrow night, as it will be a complete new show here tomorrow night for $50,000 to win. So new entries will be accepted. This track opened in 1979. The Miley family for many years owned this facility. It's Blair Crest Jr. who has done a wonderful job here. And you'll notice when you come here and see the new wall, the concrete blocks outside of the racetrack here at Imperial, Pennsylvania. This half-mile oval, and it is a fun track. If you are a race car driver, I'm sure it is fun to drive. Neither Dustin and Jared or I have ever raced on this track, but it's always fun to see what goes on here at PPMS. As you see, I'm still doing some track prep work down there. And simply a really good crowd already developing here tonight. And again, perfect weather forecast this weekend. You can't get any better than this. We had a full house last Saturday night at Brownstown, and we have been blessed with some great weather. And the weather here, speaking of the weather, a few clouds where? I don't know. Maybe they're at Sarver. Maybe they're at Aliquippa. I'm not sure, but there's none here in sight. 75, make it 76 degrees, hardly a wind blowing, and a beautiful, beautiful weekend in store. And come on out tomorrow night and visit us. Hey, be sure to visit Mark of Valor down there, official Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series racewear, all the other t-shirt vendors, the vendors, merchandise vendors for the drivers, and support them. Again, we'll be off next weekend, and then we head to Eldora for the Dirt Track World Championship. Well, we'll hear from Dustin Jarrett. He's on the grounds doing pit reporting with me tonight. Brian Spade will be here with the Rush Late Models. Again, 91 total late models, 45 Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series cars, 46 Rush Late Models, and a beautiful weekend. We'll be right back. You are watching the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series presented by FloRacing from Pittsburgh's Pennsylvania Motor Speedway. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Pittsburgh's Pennsylvania Motor Speedway in Imperial, Pennsylvania, just outside the Steel City of Pittsburgh. In case you're just joining us, 45 Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series cars, 46 Rush Late Models. We'll also have the Penn, Ohio stock cars as well joining us here tonight. There you look at the Rocket One Pitts. In his return, he was with us at Lernerville on Labor Day weekend, the 2017 champion of Lucas Oil Series, the 2016 winner, the Pittsburgher. That is Josh Richard to the right. To his left is his teammate. That'll be Brandon Shepard. He comes tonight 5th in the point standings with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. By the way, 5th place pays $100,000 this year. 5 former winners in the house this weekend. The defending champion, Jonathan Davenport. 2-time winner, Ricky Thornton Jr. That's only won in 2021. As I mentioned, Josh Richards in 2016 and Greg Satterley in 2012 and in 2014. Rush Late Models are going to be coming up first for their hot lap session. As we look at the Big River Steel, we're going to look at the O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year chase in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. And right now, it is Donald McIntosh, 255 ahead of Daniel Hilzebeck and Dan Ebert. And it pays $20,000 in cash to the winner. And then $18,000 in contingencies as well. Upcoming schedule, we'll be back here tomorrow night. $50,000 to win the 37th Pittsburgher. And it will be at Eldora, Tony Stewart's Eldora Speedway for Carl Schwartz Dirt Track World Championship. $100,000 to win. We've got the Denago prize package. If you pre-order tickets, you'll be entered in a drawing for the week of the dirt track, giving away a Denago product, and all of that is going to be cool. And we're going to pay $100,000 and crown a champion. Somebody could walk out of Eldora $250,000 richer. $100,000 to win the points, $200,000 to win the race, and $250,000 to win the championship. Dustin Jarrett. We've been in the 30s for car counts for a long time, but tonight, my friend, 45 Lucas Oil Late Models, the highest car count here in 9 years.
It's awesome, man. Everyone wanted to come out and support Pittsburgher weekend. And hey, I'm happy to be here as well. It's a home game for me. The closest racetrack to my house now at only about an hour away. Storylines galore, James, this weekend, but none of them any bigger than that Big River Steel chase for the championship presented by ARP. Ricky Thornton Jr. comes into this event with an 80-point lead on Devin Moran after last week's Jackson 100 weekend. Why is that a big storyline? Well, not only are we going to determine the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series champion in 2 weeks at Eldora Speedway at Carl Schwartz Dirt Track World Championship. 1 year ago, James, you mentioned it earlier, the winner right here at Pittsburgh on Friday night, it was none other than Devin Moran. Devin's going to try to make up some points tonight. We've got all of that and more coming up on the other side of this set of commercial breaks. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series presented by FloRacing.
What it is. I totally feel like I'm a kid again when I get on my buzz bike.
Your horsepower, baby. You know me, I like horsepower.
We no longer bring golf carts to the racetrack because we have buzz bikes.
The University of Northwestern Ohio can turn your passion for all things diesel into a profitable career. On the shop floor, in our live engine rooms, or on the diesel dynos, 70% of your training is hands-on.
There's a good chunk of the time where you're just in the shop all day, and it's really enjoyable to apply what you just learned in the textbook.
From light duty to heavy duty, even specialty training in Mack and Volvo engines.
You can get pretty much a job anywhere if you're going to a top school for diesel and they want you.
Get started today at unoh.edu.
Hey race fans, Burdick's RV Center is your full-line Renegade RV dealer in the Northeast. Travel to and from your destination in extreme luxury, Class C and Super C motorhomes like no other. Choose a new Renegade Explorer or the incredible Renegade Classic, while the new Renegade XL stands above them all. We'll help arrange financing and work with your trade-in too. So chase races, chase your dreams with Renegade at Burdick's RV Center in Cicero, New York, or burdicksrvcenter.com.
V-Land is proud to be an official partner of the 2023 Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. Check us out at www.vland.com for more info. See you at the races. ARP, the ultimate fasteners for racing in the dirt. With high horsepower demands, ARP delivers maximum clamping force and performance. When failure on the dirt is not an option, it's arp-bolts.com.
The Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series is brought to you by Automotive Racing Products. Quality first and made in the USA. By Big River Steel, developing sustainable steel made with the world's most advanced mini mill technologies. And by Lucas Oil, keep that engine alive. Keeping the tradition alive here at Pittsburgh, the largest car count in 9 years for this event. Again, 10,000 win tonight, a full show. Tomorrow night, a full show. 50,000 when we have the Rush Late Models here tonight, along with the Penn, Ohio stock cars as well. Pro stocks, we'll call them that. Hey, don't forget to visit behind the grandstand area. We have official Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series racewear down there. As you look at Dan Ebert currently third in the point standings for the Rookie of the Year, the Riley Auto Parts Rookie of the Year. Good run last week at Brownstown as his first time here at Pittsburgh. Several drivers here for the first time, and several drivers we have not seen in a while in the house here as well. So very, very impressive here tonight. There's the field of cars for the Rush Late Models. Again, Brian, what do we have, 46 Rush Late Models? Am I correct?
Yes, 46 Rush Late Models, James.
And I believe there's at least, 7 drivers doing double duty. Max Blair, Logan Zarin, Mason Ziegler, Forrest Trent, Carson Ferguson, Tommy Schoenhofer, and there's somebody else.
Yeah.
I'm trying to
got
find
Ziegler, right?
Got Ziegler, right.
Yeah, there's somebody else in there. I know there is.
It's not Chris Schneider.
No.
He's doing pro. Okay. No. So let's say 7. Yeah. Pretty impressive. You're on a show for tonight. What do you have going on tonight, Rush Late Models?
Well,
Hot laps qualifying.
Well, actually, we got, as far as order of show, after the hot laps, we got our time trials, and then we got 6 heats, 3 Bs, a dash in there, a 30-lap A main event for the Bill Hendren Memorial, night number 1. And that pays $4,000 to win. And then we've got our non-qualifiers race at the end. So we're looking forward. We got 46 cars you mentioned. Great field of cars. Always good to run with the Lucas Oil Series. And always a pleasure working with you folks on the TV and everything else.
Right. And, hey, we always have a good show at Lernerville. Don't forget the firecracker. Can't wait to get back there next year, man. That's an awesome field of cars in both the divisions. And, man, awesome. Can't wait for 2026. But we got 3 more races here in 2025 to decide a champion, as you see down there. That's the big perm Dalton Wilson. You see the breast cancer ribbon down there. His Mama Perm, as she says, a cancer survivor. So you see Dalton Wilson down there. Dalton Wilson comes into tonight. He is 8th in the points in that James Ratliff-owned car. There you see Brandon Overton, Cornette Power under the hood of that 76 car. He is right now 7th in the points. And there you saw Devin Moran. There you get a look at the 58 of Garrett Alberson. Garrett Alberson in that battle with Brandon Shepard for 5th. Garrett is 6th in the Roberts Racing 58. And there you have Donald McIntosh. Very impressive. Of course, he's a rookie in the Lucas Oil Series, but he was last year's Schaefer's Oil Spring and Southern Nationals champion. Right now, he's 10th in the points, and right now leading the O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year chase. And at Billy Hicks, 79, his first time here at Pittsburgh. There you see Josh Richards, the 2017 Lucas Oil champion when he drove for best performance. Of course, multi-time World of Outlaw Series champion. The run at Lernerville lasted about 5 laps, mechanical issues, but they are back ready to go here tonight at his favorite racetrack, he calls it, here at Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania Motor Speedway. Dustin, Jared, do you have your dirt draft ready, by the way, for PPMS this weekend? Right?
I am glad that you said something because no, I don't. I'm standing on the perch down here just
Not
above
the
the
perm.
scale. Not the perm. No, the perm is to my right. Hey, Dirt Draft. It's dirtdraft.com. It's never too late to sign up. I know we're near the end of the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series season, but let's be really honest. I mean, there really is no end to the racing season. So
no.
Sign up, dirtdraft.com. They got tons of promos going on. I tied for the win on the Friday portion of the Jackson 100 last week. There was actually a lot. There was like 16 of us that tied for the win in that one. Now, on Saturday, I didn't do worth a nickel. So who is your all-time PPMS dirt draft team, James?
Lynn Geisler, 76 career wins here. Got to have him, right?
Okay.
Ben Miley, 54 career wins. The Pink Panther, right? He was the original Pink Panther.
Before Bob Gardner, that's right.
Davey Johnson, 48 career wins. Got to have the juice, right?
Yes.
Steve Baker, who's here tonight, former Pittsburgh winner. He has 45 career wins.
Yeah.
And Mark Benall, right?
Oh,
the late, great man. Mark Benall, 5th, 41 career wins. And you have Ed Ferree, Lou Bradish, John Flinner, Jared Miley, Keith Barbara, former Pittsburgher winner, right? He is 10th all time. And then you have Alex Ferree, who's here tonight. So you've got 2 active drivers in the top 11, Jared Miley and Alex Ferree, driving here tonight. Michael Norris, unfortunately, his season ended back on Labor Day weekend. And we have a new baby in Michael Norris's family. We had a new baby due this week, and of course he had a concussion, but he is out for the rest of the year, and we'll see him in 20. We'll have to check on him. Mike Norris,
he'll text me. Mike text me. Yeah.
The Sarver, Pennsylvania, Mike Norris.
Yes. Mike, the Fairbury, Illinois, Mike Norris may text us as
How about Brad Malkett, who's here tonight?
Yes.
Brad Malkett out of Strasburg, Ohio, the car owner for Doug Drown, who's here. 11 career victories. The 1997 late model track champion here at PPMS, Brad Malkett.
Is it a sports car? It is not.
It is not a sports car. It's a rocket.
Yes.
How about Josh Richards down there? Of course, the winner here of this race back in 2016, and tough luck at Lernerville, but I think he's going to run very well this weekend.
Josh Richards is a 2-time Pittsburgher champion, right? Well, I think he is.
Greg Satterley is. He's here tonight. We'll double check that.
Maybe it is just one. I very candidly, I don't have my notes in front of me.
I'll double check. I think I know a website, right?
Yes.
Well,
yes,
Brian
absolutely.
Spade, Dustin Jarrett. Brian Spade is here tonight. He's getting ready for the Rush Late Models.
Well, I don't think.
Say hello to Brian Spade.
I like Brian Spade, but I don't think Brian has ever won a Pittsburgher either, right?
No,
Brad?
I haven't,
Have you
Dustin.
not? You never won a Pittsburgher?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think
Maybe
so.
across the racetrack, rushing to victory lane. That's about it. You know? That might be a run, and that's about as far. Maybe running up the steps. That'll be the race.
There you go. Well, welcome. Good to see you again, my friend. We haven't seen you since the Firecracker, Lernerville.
Yeah, Lernerville, where we had it. And, you know, James, you were talking earlier about this race and us competing with you at Lernerville. This is the ultimate challenge. This is one of the fastest tracks that these 2 series run on. You folks at home and here in the grandstands are going to see some of the fastest racing around this big half mile. And it requires a different type of skill to run here. And it's one of the tracks that really puts the technical aspects for those crew chiefs, the crew drivers, everybody. You know, I always talk about how time trials are kind of boring. People think that. But to these crew chiefs, to these drivers and these teams, that is the bread and butter of these events here tonight. You have got to time well. And when you time well, you're going to be near the front and you're going to demonstrate the superiority that you have over the rest of the field. You time trial bad, you start out right out of the gate at the bottom of the list or something, and it just seems to go downhill from there.
Well, it used to be tenths of seconds. Now it's hundredths of seconds.
Exactly.
Right? Just the difference between starting in a front row or maybe a third row or second row, right? So
absolutely. And so time trials matter everywhere, but here tonight it makes a big difference. We were talking earlier about Michael Norris. On your screen right now, for those of you at FloRacing at home, that is Nico DeBecco. Nico owns the car, brother-in-law of Michael Norris, and he's driving it tonight. Car number N1. We joked with him a little bit, asked him if he was a little rusty. He said he'll find out, and you know, we'll joke with him a little bit here tonight. We'll see how he does in that N1 car, which has won here many times before.
Yeah, Josh Richards did win in 07 as well. That was one of his first big wins here at Pittsburgh. That was in 07. Dustin's right. So, and then he won in 2016. He's here again tonight.
Dustin, so Dustin's right?
Dustin's
always
right,
isn't he?
He's always right.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's the 137 of Devin Brannon out there on the Speedway. And right now on the screen you see the 33X. It's one of our double-duty drivers, Logan Zarin. That 33X owned by Greg Beach. There's the 137, Devin Brannon, a superstar from the Winchester Speedway. Those of you that are used to Mid-Atlantic late model racing, Alan Brannon is the father of Devin Brannon. Devin was running well at Winchester when we were there earlier in the month, and unfortunately he didn't. He was supposed to start outside pole and ended up pulling in due to a mechanical problem. Let's see what else we got on the track. The 42 of Daryl Charlier, nicknamed the Midway Missile. Neat story about Daryl. Daryl owns a indoor karting facility here in Pittsburgh. It's called Three Rivers Karting. Very popular place, especially in the winter. If you're ever here, you know, support racing, support Daryl Charlier and that Matt Dobnak number 42.
Isn't that where they had the match race for Lucas Oil last night, right?
I believe so.
Earl Pearson Jr. came home with the victory last night. Corey Lawler was second and Devin Moran was third. I heard there was some extracurricular activities there.
That would
maybe a little rough driving, but hey, that's go-karts. But yeah, EPJ with another win. Congratulations to him.
Yeah. There's the 17G of Zach Gunn, one of the Gunn brothers that's racing here tonight in the Rush Late Model Touring Series. This is brought to you by Huvis Auto and Truck Supply, also by Gunter's Honey, as well as Flynn's Tire. It's the Huvis Auto and Truck Supply Rush Late Models, presented by Born to Run Lubricants, competing in a Flynn's Tire Gunter's Honey Touring Series event. We've got 3 races left on the Touring Series this year, paying $20,000 to win the point title, over $76,000 in point fund money for the Rush Late Model Touring Series champion. Last year was the first year we paid 20 grand. Brock Pinkerus was the winner of that championship last year over Jeremy Wunderling. This year, Jeremy's got the inside track. If he can do well in the next 3 events, these 2 here at Pittsburgh tonight and tomorrow night, and next weekend at Lernerville Speedway, where we're competing as part of the Steel City Stampede, a show that features about 10 to 12 or 14 different divisions of racing, all qualifying on Friday night and all features on Saturday night. And again, that's at Lernerville Speedway, host of the Firecracker 100. Here's a number 31 of Kyle Zimmerman. Kyle raced super late models for many years up in the northwestern part of the state, competing at Erie Speedway. In fact, the champion up there. Kyle is now driving the 31 for Jonathan Stockdale, and that is his own creation. He stops to talk to Smokey Shemp down there. Smokey, kind of the guru of the track here at Pittsburgh, and there might be something that needs to be conveyed about the conditions of the Speedway right now. That's why you see the cars working the inside lane. We put more of the bigger tires out here. We've got hot laps coming up, and we're trying to get the track run in. It's been a hot week here in the Pittsburgh area. Some of the areas surrounding Pittsburgh's in a drought, and we haven't had a lot of rain in the course of the last month. So we're looking forward to a good show tonight. They want to try to get the water out on the Speedway. That's why it's a little sloppy down on the inside, but the cars are working around here. There's DeBecco again out there in the number N1 machine. Heading into tonight, Jeremy Wunderling currently leads the points, as I said, and another driver that's familiar to you super late model fans is Kyle Hardy. Kyle, out of Winchester, Virginia, is only 45 points behind Jeremy Wunderling, and Hardy trying to get his 2nd title. This would be Wunderling's 5th. Hardy won the championship back in 21. Wunderling won it in 18, 19, 20, and 23. Demetrius Drelis, a driver out of Queensbury, New York, a name familiar with small block and big block Northeast modified racing, currently third in points with his number 111D car. He's 124 points behind Wonderling and Hardy, likely out of the running for the title, but don't forget it's 10 grand to win that second spot. So a lot of money on the line for these drivers. Austin Allen in car number 32 currently sits fourth in points, followed by Zach Carley. There's a battle between Demetrius Drelis, who's out of Queensbury, New York, and Zach Carley out of Freedom, New York, which is outside of Buffalo, for our Rookie of the Year championship. So those two drivers are only 10 points apart as they compete for that $3,000 rookie title. Jason Knowles is sixth in points, followed by Daryl Charlier, Ben Easler, Mike Wonderling, and Ryan Hare. Chuck Rucker was just on the screen out there, the number 6R. Looks like they've sent a few more of the cars out on the track. There's Max Blair. Max driving the McManus Racing number 114 in the Rush Late Models here tonight. Max is the winningest driver in our series history. He has collected a total of 35 feature wins. Wonderling sits second with 30 wins after a win last Sunday at Bradford Speedway. Right inside of Blair there was the blue number 6 of Chuck Rucker. But Blair is driving that car, and here's the number 56, the winner of the Juk George Memorial. That is Christian Schneider. Christian driving the Valley Electric Company. JT EDM Solutions, number 56, picked up a huge win back here, his first ever in the Rush Series. He's got a number of other wins with the Rush Late Models in weekly competition. However, he picked up that first ever. There's another name that many of you may be familiar with, although more on the winged sprint car side. That is the Steel City Outlaw, Tim Schaefer. Tim in car number 45, who won this Friday night show a couple years back, and he's out there tonight. We have not seen Tim a whole lot on the series this year because he's been competing in those winged things rather than being here in the wedged late model class. He loves these cars. He's always said he's loved these cars. You can never count the Steel City Outlaw out when he's competing in these Rush cars. He's in the Kendrew's Lounge Chambers, number 45. Again, Tim Schaefer, the Steel City Outlaw. That number 5L, that driver is Peyton Dalton. Peyton is out of Morgantown, West Virginia. He is a corrections officer by trade, and Peyton competes with us in our series and our weekly competition at Tyler County Speedway. That's where we last saw him when we were there a couple weeks back on Labor Day weekend. He's in the Coastal Drilling, East Racing, Advanced Auto Parts, ASI Fabrication. Rocket number 5L, 23-year-old driver from Morgantown, West Virginia. Also out there on the track, let's see who else our camera people will pick up. There's the 02, nicknamed Hollywood. It is Ben Easler. Ben is currently, as I was talking earlier, he's in the top 10 in points and actually sitting in 8th. Ben has won a championship with us previously on the Rush Racing Series in the Sportsman Modified class. This year so far, Ben's had 2 top 5s and 6 top 10s. He's currently sitting, as I said, 8th in points, and there's a real tight battle there from 3rd down to 8th. All those guys are really tight in there, and the number 02 is Ben Easler. He's one of them. Here's another car out there, a driver that drove up to compete with us from Tennessee. That is car number 101, and that guy's doing double duty tonight. That's Forrest Trent. Forrest is an interesting story there about Forrest. Let me get my information that I had written down about him. Forrest in the 101 car drives a Team Zero chassis. He's out of Morristown, Tennessee. When I talk to him, you look at the side of the car, it talks about service 101 storm recovery, driven to save lives. And I asked him, what's your trade? He said, well, you can say construction, but one of the things that he does with his business is they go on disaster relief. That's a great story there, a guy who saves lives, helps people around the United States. Forrest Trent, a great story, and I'm sure there's more there with the 101 driving 2 cars here tonight. You'll hear the name Angelichio when James Essex is calling the show, but when I'm calling the show, you'll hear the same name, but this is Marino Angelichio. And Marino drives car number 55A. He is a cousin to Dan Angelichio. And Marino, he's always a really fun guy, always has a smile on his face. Marino driving car number 55A, part of that Angelichio clan out of the Mount Pleasant area. Let's see who else we have on the track out here. Is our cameraman spread back with the camera. That's Ashton Briggs. Ashton in car number 11A. A competitor out of Erie, Pennsylvania, again related to Boom Briggs, but Ashton in the number 11A has been competing on our series for the last probably 4 or 5 years, and it's always fun to watch Ashton compete with us. Again, Ashton Briggs in car number 11A. And let's see, to his inside there was DeBecco. Here's Chuck Medved. Chuck is out of the Pittsburgh area. Chuck won what do we call it? A couple years back, it was a Friday night, and we ran a non-winners classic, I believe it was called, and Chuck picked up that win. I don't remember the facts of completely of what I'm about ready to say, but Chuck made the news in the Pittsburgh area a couple years ago because he saved somebody out of a fire, a fire and an accident, and he made the news, and Chuck's a great guy, and again, Chuck Medved in that 2M machine. There's again Devin Brannon, Chuck Recker in car number 6 there into his inside, Ryan Hare in the number 29, the driver out of West Virginia, regular on our series. Currently, Ryan, let's see, get the points out here. He's currently sitting 10th in the points. Chuck Recker in the number 6R. He is out of the Butler, Pennsylvania area. Chuck always gets ribbed about having the name Recker for a race car driver. So, you know, but he's a good guy, a low buck team, and always competes well, or tries to compete well in his number 6. And it's good to see Chuck out here tonight as part of the Rush Late Model Touring Series. I think that they're still trying to get the track run in down the inside. The 33W is Jacob Witt. Jacob is out of Stephen City, Virginia. Jacob doesn't tour with us a whole lot, but in the last few weeks he's competed in West Virginia. Then he was at Winchester for us in Virginia. He actually ran fairly well. If I remember, he won fast time at Winchester a couple weeks back. And it's great to see this 23-year-old driver come out and compete. I asked him, what's your career? He said, race car driver. That's what I want to be. And so he's trying to give it his all in the 33W car. So we'll watch this racer in car number 33W, Jacob Witt, driving the Brills Motorsports Repair and Performance Sweeney Built J&S Home Services rocket number 33W. Again, this 23-year-old from Winchester, Virginia. There's a nice shot of the track as our track crew continues to work on the very inside of the Speedway. So at this point, while we're watching the sun shine, the drivers are, at least as they're heading down the front stretch, and our track crew continues to work. We're going to take a break here from the action at Pittsburgh's Pennsylvania Motor Speedway. We'll be back to Imperial, PA in just a few minutes. Welcome back, those of you out on FloRacing and everybody here in the grandstands. When we go silent, what happens is when we're working, we got to work with FloRacing and here at the track. But we're here at Pittsburgh's Pennsylvania Motor Speedway. Beautiful shot from up above, high in the sky here in Imperial, Pennsylvania, located about 15 miles to the west of downtown Pittsburgh, home of the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Pittsburgh Penguins, and the Pittsburgh Pirates. And everyone's talking about the Steelers and how great they've been so far this year. And we're here. We're worried more about racing, not football. That's for sure. And let's see here. Tonight we've got Pro Stocks. It's the Penn Ohio Pro Stock Series. That's the third division tonight. We've got the Lucas Oil Late Model Series. And, of course, our Rush Late Model Touring Series. And it looks like we're ready to roll here with some fast laps for some hot laps, and we're going to see them go green. We're going to keep track of who our fast times might be during hot laps. As you see, the Matt Dobnak owned the number 42 of Daryl Charlier. Cranker sideways going into turn number 3. Dives to the inside of Cassidy Kamaker in another car, and he's on his way. Daryl Charlier in car number 42 is a multi-time winner on the in the weekly stuff, and his last win on the series was back at Tri-City Speedway earlier, Tri-City Raceway Park near Franklin, Pennsylvania. Zach Gunn out there. Cassidy Kamaker is the track champion from last year, 2024. She won the title here at Pittsburgh in that number 72B car. Cassidy Kamaker. Charlier fastest so far, actually Ryan Hare in car number 29. Running quick laps. Here comes Nico DeBecco. He'll cross the line in car number N1. We'll see how he does in the Norris car. Fourth quick so far on this track. Raw Speedway getting some work in. Ryan Hare out there on the track. He's crossing the line side by side with Logan Zarin into turn number 1. Ryan Hare drives that car number, there he is on the screen. Ryan Hare drives that number 29 car. That's Zarin in the 33X. Hare running 10th in points. He really had a bad night at Tyler County. He broke, but came out to try to start the feature. But anyhow, Ryan Hare in the number 29 car so far fastest in hot laps. There's the number 18 of Mike Wunderling, currently 9th down at the in the grid on the left side of your screen. Again, these are the Rush Late Model Touring Series as they cross the line. Looks like Devin Brannon up to third, now drops down to fourth as Kyle Zimmerman running pretty good out there in the number 31. DeBecco getting the rust off the racing skills as he drives the number N1 around the speedway here. 2 more laps around. We're going extra long in the hot laps to give the track some more prep time. So these guys are getting a little extra time out on the speedway. Again, Logan Zarin doing double duty. You'll see him in the number 1Z tonight. That's the family-owned Zarin automotive car. The Anarchy Customs car owned by Greg Beach. Zach Gunn in car number 17G picked up a win here earlier this year in the number 17G. He's got 2 wins actually here at Pittsburgh's Pennsylvania Motor Speedway. And we have a car slow at the top of turn number 2. It's the number 5L of Peyton Dalton. He now has picked up the pace down the backstretch. He'll get into the pit area in the backstretch. That ends the first hot lap session. We've got a total of 5 hot lap sessions. Then we'll go into the Lucas Oil Late Model Series hot lap sessions, and that will be immediately followed by their time trials. So let's see here. Ryan Hare, the number 29 on screen. He's the fastest timer so far with 20.107 seconds. Zach Gunn is second, followed by Daryl Charlier, Kyle Zimmerman, and Cassidy Kamaker. Coming on the track, the second set of hot laps out onto the speedway. That's Christian Schneider, winner of the last series race here at Pittsburgh back at the end of July, the Jook George Memorial. That race paid over $6,000 to the winner. And biggest win of his career, Christian Schneider looking to score. He has a total, I believe, of 4 wins here this year, Christian Schneider in car number 56. Right now, we're seeing if the reason for the stoppage is that there's people that may need to cross to get into the pit area, and the way to cross is in that backstretch gate. So that's why they're letting those folks across. There is no tunnel here at Pittsburgh. You've got to cross the track either in the front or the back. So they're going to let those folks cross over that got their pit passes and need to get in. And Christian Schneider giving them the chance to do so. Once again, we've had, tonight is the Bill Hendren Memorial, the race night number 1. It's paying $4,000 to win, $300 to start. And tonight, the non-qualifiers race pays $300 to win and $155 to start. This is the prelude to tomorrow's night's big event, which is the $10,000 to win race, and $450 to start that. Tonight's 30 laps, tomorrow night's 40 laps. And the D&V Jewelers non-qualifiers race will see an increase to $400 to the winner tomorrow night with $160 to start. That race run at the end of the evening is for any driver that did not get into the main event. Each night we're going to be running the Bob Bentz Memorial Sunoco Dash presented by Stan's Transmission. That lines up the first few rows of the feature lineup tonight. Tonight's dash will pay $500 cash purse with $200 to win and a $100 Sunoco fuel card. And then tomorrow night's dash is a $1,000 purse with $400 to win. All right, let's see here. We got Christian Schneider out there in the 56. We already talked about Christian. He's on the speedway. Behind him on the track, it looks like we got the 02 of Ben Easler, who we mentioned earlier today. Behind Ben is the 55A of Marino Angelichio. Also out on the track, the number 114 of Max Blair. Always quick, excuse me, that is not Marino. That's the 101 of Forrest Trent behind Easler. Easler starting to pick it up as the green flag comes out. There's Trent in car number 101. Again, doing double duty tonight. Forrest Trent, the driver out of Morristown, Tennessee. As the cars start working around the track, some of the other cars out here include Ashton Briggs in the 11A. Max Blair on screen, the 45 of Tim Schaefer. I mentioned Angelichio already. Crossing the line here, let's see. Schaefer doing well with a 21.192. Easler, fourth quick overall. Trent goes to the top of the list, but Blair immediately eclipses him along with Marino Angelichio. Marino currently second in the overall hot lap times. Blair number 1, Trent third, followed by Hare, Schaefer, Schneider, and Gunn. Schneider moves up to fourth overall. Checkered flag is out. Max Blair setting the quick time so far. He got even quicker that time around. Look at those times, a 19.258 compared to a 19.719. So right now, 0.5 of a second faster than anybody else that's run a hot lap right now, and that's Max Blair in the Longhorn Chassis Creekside. Car number 114, the Centerline Motorsports Dave McManus machine. Next onto the track, Double D, Demetrius Drelis. Demetrius in car number 111. He's currently third in points, leading the Rookie of the Year standings. Again, Demetrius Drelis in the number 111. Also, Demetrius, by the way, is out of Queensbury, New York, which is up in Albany or near Albany. A competitor and a former champion from the Northeast Big Block Modified and Small Block Modified competition. One of his biggest wins at Devil's Bowl Speedway up in Vermont, where he won a 200-lap big block, it may have been a small, but an open wheel modified race a couple years ago. There's the Ford Junior, a driver out of Newcastle, Jacob Billick Jr. He's driving the Anarchy Customs machine. New colors for that car, a black, all black machine with the white numbers for Jacob Billick. Back in black is what it says on the back of the spoiler. Also out on the track is the number 8 of Bill Holmes. Bill is out of East Concord, New York. That is located east of Buffalo near Batavia. Bill deciding to compete on the series this year along with his good friend and competitor Jeremy Wonderling. Jeremy convincing Bill, you got to go do this. It's really fun running all these different tracks. It's been great to have Bill competing with the series this year, gaining a lot of knowledge, currently 13th in points. Clinton Hirsch out here in car number 16. Raced super lates over the last few years. Clinton in the number 16 machine. Driving out of the Uniontown, Pennsylvania area. And Clinton actually from Somerset, excuse me. Here's the number 5X of defending a current track point leader and defending $10,000 to win Bill Hendren Memorial winner, Brandon Burgoon. Brandon driving the Bentz number 5 car. There's the 21J of Jamie Reitzman out of Cortland, Ohio, driving for his father. New skin on the number 4 of the Jet, Jason Knowles, who hails out of Addison, New York. Jason, a competitor mainly up at places like Woodhall in McKean County, Woodhall in New York, McKean County in Smethport, PA. Jacob Billick, second quick overall in that black number 4. Drellis, fourth quick overall. Hirsch is sixth quick overall. So Billick showing some speed in the number 4 junior machine. Again, Jacob Billick pulling into the pit area in the 4 junior. 2 more groups to go. The next group heading out onto the track. There's the 25Z of Mason Ziegler. Mason was the winner of the Bill Emig Memorial at Lernerville Speedway last time when we joined you folks on FloRacing with the Lucas Oil Late Model Series. Mason doing double duty tonight, driving the green lane, car number 25Z. Mason Ziegler from Chalk Hill, Pennsylvania. Behind him, one of the other competitors on our rookie title in the blend, car number 2C. The Florida RCC machine of Zach Carley. Zach out of Freedom, New York. He's in his rocket heading into turn number 1 right now on the track. Also out there on the Speedway, we've got the number 5, 4-time champion at the Brighton Speedway up in Brighton, Ontario, Canada. That's like north of Watertown. And he's raced here before. This is Steve Baldwin. He's, again, the 4-time track champion at the Brighton Speedway. Great to see Steve Baldwin coming back down to Pittsburgh. A long trip for him, the only Canadian that made the trip this year. The 91 of Brody Orovets. Brody is a regular here out of Oakdale, right up the road. Brody in the number 91, competing here at Pittsburgh on a weekly Saturday night with the Rush late models. Also out there on the Speedway outside of Brody, let's see who else we get. The 24C. This is a fun story about this driver. Rob Cafaro owns a pizza joint. It's called Cafaro's Pizza, and it's in Grove City and in Slippery Rock, Pennsylvania. Those are the homes of Grove City College and Slippery Rock University. And when August comes, it's always a fun time for Rob, and he's got a little bit extra cash in order to run that race car. We call him the Pizza Man. That's Matt Bernard in car number 15, a local racer here in the Pittsburgh, and behind him on the track was the 71W. That is Jackson Billick, brother of Jacob Billick, sorry about that. The 8S of Tommy Schernhofer Jr. doing double duty. Let's see, Mason Ziegler ended up 3rd quick overall. How about Brody Orovets, 4th quick overall with a 19.367, but Ziegler fastest in that hot lap group. It was Ziegler, Orovets, Carley, also in that group. It looks like Burgoon was 4th overall, and Bernard was 5th overall. So guys are running pretty good. 46 cars here, and the final group will come out for hot laps onto the Speedway. Ziegler, fastest in that group, 3rd fastest overall in the number 25Z. The 184 of Kyle Lucan from Burgettstown, PA. Used to be a regular here at the Speedway, former track champion, and the 184 machine of Kyle Lucan, former winner here in this competition in the series. Let's see here if I can grab a quick look at our win list for the series, and Kyle Lucan is 11th with 5 wins overall. Here's a number 9 of AJ Campbell from Bethel Park, PA. He was talking to AJ. Normally he runs in super lates, but tonight they decided, hey, we're going to put a crate engine in the car. We're going to go racing tonight. They weren't sure if they might switch back for tomorrow night. So we'll see what AJ Campbell decides to do in that number 9 machine come Saturday night here at Pittsburgh. Also out there, there's the guy that's the top man on the series right now, Jeremy Wunderling. Jeremy out of Wellsville, New York, is a 4-time series champion, unprecedented. No one else has done that. He's going for a 5th title, $20,000 to win that title this year. As it was last year, he got beat out by that young lad, Brock Pinkerus, in the final event at Lernerville. And but right now, his big competition should also be out here soon, and that's Kyle Hardy in car number 99. Kyle electing not to time trial. There's number 6 of Dylan Brown. Dylan, regular at the Cherokee Speedway. Dylan in car number 6 coming up from Gaffney, South Carolina. Great to see Dylan. He competed at this race in the past. Always great to see him in competition. Big supporter of the Hendren family. And that's the reason that Dylan wanted to come up here and compete this weekend at Pittsburgh. There's the number 1 of Carson Ferguson out of Lincolnton, North Carolina. He'll again be doing double duty tonight in his machine. Carson Ferguson racing around with that number 1F. Let's see here on the time trial, or the fastest group of right now. It's Ferguson is 5th quick overall, but fastest in this group with a 19.370. Looks like Dylan Brown is 2nd, followed by Jeremy Wonder. There's Cole Petrell in the number 84 out of Fallonsby, West Virginia. Cole Petrell on another car that was out there competing in the hot laps. The number 77 of Tom Klein. Got the autism paint job on the car. The 32A of Austin Allen. Austin out of Canisteo, New York, had the unlucky ability to draw the worst pill of the night, so he'll have the last time trial shot. So right now it looks like, look at that, Carson Ferguson is the number 1 guy in our hot lap group overall, 19.093, followed by Blair, Jake Gunn, Mason Ziegler, and Brody Orovets. So next up should be hot laps for the Lucas Oil Late Model Series, and we're going to be coming out here onto the Speedway in just a few moments. We're seeing if they're going to come right out here onto the track. Again, we'd like to welcome everybody to Pittsburgh. As again, you're now going to see hot laps for the Lucas Oil Late Model Series, followed by the time trials, and to call all the action, James Essex. James,
good to see you, Brian. Thank you. Glad to be here.
Thank you.
As always, good to work with the Rush Late Models again. 91 cars here tonight total, and the largest car count for the Pittsburgher since 2016. Here tonight. Now, we did one participant that was not of legal age to run tonight. That would be Lincoln Smith. Lincoln Smith was 14 years old, coming off a 4th place finish in the Jim Dunn Memorial at Muskegon County, but not eligible to race here tonight. So we would have tied what we did here 9 years ago. You can see down there the 20 RT team, and that would include former Firecracker winner and, of course, a Pittsburgh Steelers fan still, I believe, Dustin Jarrett. That would be Brian Burkhofer down there. There he is.
Yeah, that's not me.
No,
no offense. Listen, I don't proudly boast the Miami Dolphins too often, but
yeah. You and Max Blair here tonight. That's all that counts, right?
That's what counts. Matt Costner here
that's
as well.
Good. They're getting bigger and better. Dan Marino, he's from this area.
No, well, Dan Angelichio is here. Yeah, but Dan Marino, of course, graduated from Pitt.
How about this field of cars, DJ? Most since in 9 years, but Gary Stuhler here tonight in his 50th year racing. He has 3 career victories here at Lerner at Pittsburgh.
So we would have had the 70-year-old Gary Stuhler and the 14-year-old Lincoln Smith. Instead, we've got, what is Bam Bam 50? What is the age?
Yeah,
50?
Yeah, he had
15,
they
right?
had the written permission.
There you go, written permission.
Yeah, because it's like Eldora. I mean, Eldora, you got to be 16, and you and I know that Knoxville's the same way. You got to be 16 to race, and
sometimes I got to have written permission to leave the house. I mean,
well, Tyler Reddick was 16 for 5 years, right? Seemed like.
Yes, yeah, and he was as tall as Dan Stone's dog there for many years.
Again, we'll accept new entries tomorrow night, a complete show tonight and tomorrow night as we battle for that championship. Again, the top 4 running for over $700,000. It's $250,000 to win the title. And Ricky Thornton Jr., the current points leader. Devin Moran is 2nd after Brownstown. Tough weekend for Jonathan Davenport and Hudson O'Neill. They are 3rd and 4th. And you have Brandon Shepard in 5th, ready to go. With the first group of Dirt Draft Hot Laps for the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series cars, on the track will be the J4 car. He is a former winner here. He's former track champion at Lernerville as well. That will be John Garvin Jr. John Garvin Jr. in the J4 car, the Garvin Scrap Metals entry for John Garvin Jr. here tonight at Pittsburgh. There's the 99 car. He comes to us out of Dresden, Ohio. In the Big Horse Steel, C&W Trucking, Lazy Days RV, Longhorn. They have a Clements power plant under the tonight. That'll be Devin Moran. Devin Moran out of Dresden, Ohio in car 99. Devin Moran and Lucas Oil Series 23 career victories. There's the 101. Brian was talking about Forrest Trent. Forrest Trent comes to us out of Talbot, Tennessee, the Morristown, Tennessee area. In that Service 101 Team 0 Vic Hill, for Forrest Trent. Rob Penrod on the flag stand here tonight. There's the 555 car. First full year in a super late model. That'll be Brock Pinkerus in the 555 car. Trying to make his first Pittsburgh tonight. He is in the Shackleton Auto and Trek Parks Pink Links Virtual Golf. That's a rocket. There's the 58 car, the Romer Machine. Low Voltage Solution Sunoco. 58 of Garrett Alberson of the Las Cruces, New Mexico. There's a 76 car coming at you. Always a great color design there. The Riggs Motorsports Longboard Factory car. The Dude Wipes entry of Brandon Overton. Brandon Overton at 76. There's the A car back with us. That'll be Tommy Schoenhofer. Tommy Schoenhofer Jr. out of Pittsburgh. He's in the McClimate Supply and Transit Rocket Pro Power. And the 93 car. Good article on Dirt on Dirt with him and his father Pancho. The Sunoco Race Fuels PPZ Lubricants 93 of Corey Lawler out of Hanover, Pennsylvania. There's the 49 car, currently third in the points. The defending winner of this race, that'll be Jonathan Davenport. Jonathan Davenport at 49. Cornet Power Plant under the night of that Longhorn. For the 49 car, the ASC warranty, Mark Martin Automotive entry, Brandon Overton, 17,085 in the first group of Dirt Rat Hot Lap. 17,085 in car number 76. Again, season-long hot lap points are awarded. The driver with the most hot laps during the season, presented by Dirt Draft, will get a cash award at our awards banquet later this year. There's the 1Z car doing double duty here tonight, one of 6 drivers. He was with us at Brownstown last week for the first time. That'll be Logan Zarin. Logan Zarin out of Hookstown, Pennsylvania. Durham Power Plant under the hood now of that 1Z car of Logan Zarin. His dad, Jim Zarin, a 4-time super late model winner here in the past at Pittsburgh. There's the 79 car, currently 10th in the points, leading the O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year chase, the Billy Hicks H&H Auto Sales entry, Longhorn Klebitz. That'll be Donald McIntosh, first time here at Pittsburgh. He is out of Dawsonville, Georgia. There's the veteran driver of the 10 car. That'll be Jared Miley. Jared Miley, the 9th all-time winningest driver here. 30 career wins. He is in the Joe Corrado, number 10. First time we've seen him since the Firecracker for Jared Miley in 10. As we are in Group 2, there's the 9 car, back at his 9 car. He was in the Bachman Trucking 66 at Lernerville on Labor Day weekend. That'll be Levi Yetter. Levi Yetter out of Cabot, Pennsylvania in car number 9. Also in this group should be the 111 former series Rookie of the Year. That'll be Max Blair. Max Blair in the Centerline Motorsports for Brad Spochaz. Again, one of the 6 drivers doing double duty. He's out of Centerville, Pennsylvania in the 111. Also out there should be the 22. There's the 2-time Pittsburgher winner. Robbie Allen turned the wrenches on that car. That is Greg Satterley. Greg Satterley out of Indiana, Pennsylvania. The winner of the Pittsburgher back in 2012 and 2014 in car number 22, the Satterley Motorsports entry. There's the 25Z. Another one of those drivers doing double duty. Another former Lucas Oil Rookie of the Year, Mason Ziegler. Mason Ziegler, the Green Lane Rocket. He is coming to us out of Chalk Hill, Pennsylvania. There's Hunt the front, first time here. Joseph Joyner in the Dickens Powered Rocket. Clyburn Tank Lines, Yellowhammer Design and Construction entry. Out of Milton, Florida, there's the 22 car, second in O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year chase, the Banning Chiropractic, 22 Enterprises entry. That'll be Daniel Hilzebeck. Daniel Hilzebeck, he comes to us out of Willow Mine. Well, there's the 24 car out of Oil City, Pennsylvania. That is Tyler Wyant. Tyler Wyant in car number 24. How about Joseph Joyner? First time here, Hunt the front, 16,957 in the JCM Motorsports car, DJ.
Yeah, James, remember, he was good at Knoxville, especially early on in the main event on Saturday night as well. And, of course, he's used to running some of those big racetracks down in the South. So certainly not that big of a surprise to see Joseph Joyner here hunting the front in that JCM Motorsports 19M.
I think he got all the way to, what, 4th in Knoxville?
Yeah.
In that run there. Okay, there we go. Group number 3. Thank you, DJ. Group number 3 will be lead off Group B. That'll be 71 car. The winner here, his dad's a 2-time winner here. That'll be Hudson O'Neill, won in 2021, the Wheeler Medals. Merrill Bonding, Big River Steel 71 Longhorn. That is a Cornet power tonight for Hudson O'Neill out of Martinsville, Indiana. It'll be Josh Richards, 2-time winner of the Pittsburgher, 2017 Lucas Oil champion there. The Swaybird Calf Ranches Valvoline number 1. It's Houston, Ohio. Remember that. When you see Houston on there, you think, James, it's Houston. No, it's pronounced Houston. So we'll get that straight. Formerly out of Cincinnati, West Virginia, for Josh Richards. Josh Richards here at Pittsburgh in his career. has 4 career victories, 2 of those in the Pittsburgher. There's the 93. Strong run at Pittsburgh last week for this driver. Good to see that. That's Carson Ferguson. Carson Ferguson, the Hoopaw Grading Company, Coleman Farms Racing entry. He comes to us out of Lincoln, North Carolina. There's the 00 car to Saxonburg. That'll be Tyler Dietz. Tyler Dietz at the 00. The Stokely Materials number 7. Welcome back to Lucas Oil Series. Ross Robinson. Ross Robinson out of Georgetown, Delaware in car number 7. Ryan Markham is a late arrival. He'll be out there out of Ashland, Ohio. There's the 09 car. That'll be Michael Leach. Michael Leach out of Montana. Sun River, Montana. The Dust Pods, Hellraiser Jacks, Longhorn Corvette. There's your 5 car. Veteran driver out of Ashland, Ohio, Ryan Markham. There's the 1C car, the number 1 Cochran entry for Lynn Geisler. That is Alex Ferree. Alex Ferree, the 11th all-time winningest driver here at Pittsburgh. 23 career victories for the A-Train. And there's the veteran driver, the number 4 car, 70 years old in his 50th year of racing. That is Gary Stuhler. Gary Stuhler, the Mark Langenfelder. Langenfelder mechanical number 4. He comes to us out of Greencastle, Pennsylvania. Carson Ferguson, 17-101, 17101. And DJ, good run last week at Brownstown for Carson Ferguson and the Jackson 100, a 4th place finish.
Yeah, he was right up there mixing it up with those guys, right? He made a move coming off turn 2 one time that the pucker factor was pretty high. He split a couple cars coming off the corner. Carson actually passes just underneath me now, just in front of him. You talked about Josh Richards, James, the former Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series champ, former World of Outlaws champ, and 2-time Pittsburgher 100 winner.
No doubt about it. As we mentioned back in 2007 and 2016, as we mentioned, Richards here at Pittsburgh has 4 career victories at his favorite track, about an hour and a half down the road in Shinston, West Virginia. You're now living in Houston, Ohio is the proper pronunciation. They're just up there by Eldora. There's the 20 RT. He's won this race twice. He is the current Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series points leader. What a month of September, DJ, for Thornton, winning his first World 100 and his second Jackson 100 last Saturday night in the 20 RT.
Yeah, and again, we go back to Eldora in 2 weeks for Carl Short's Dirt Track World Championship as well, where RTJ is the defending series winner, or the defending series champion here for the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series.
Brian Burkhoff for Help and Turn Rentals, Skylar Cooper and Zach Fields on the car. There's the 12 car, strong run at Florence. And the Sunoco Racefields North-South 100 loves. He's going to be at Eldora in a couple of weeks. That'll be flying Ryan Montgomery. Ryan Montgomery comes to us in car number 12 out of Fairmont, West Virginia. Ryan Montgomery in the Harris Walmsley Racing, Longhorn Clements. There's the number 1 car, currently 5th in the points. The Valvoline Celebrity Calf Ranch is number 1 for Brandon Shepard. Brandon Shepard out of New Berlin, Illinois in car number 1. Also in this group should be the 66C car. That'll be Matt Cosner. Matt Cosner, the RH Select Mechanical Nelson Auto Sales entry out of Ridgely, West Virginia for the veteran Matt Cosner in 66C. Should have the 69 car, former PPMS track champion, none other than Johnny Huck, John Hodgkiss. John Hodgkiss out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. In car number 69, he's in the Hodgkiss Construction, Hodgkiss Lumber, Rocket Clements. Car 69 for Johnny Huck, DJ, one of our favorites.
Yeah, I didn't see. Did you see what's on the filler panel tonight? I did not.
I did not see on. Oh, okay. I seen on the quarter panel, though.
Oh, okay.
Gotta love it. Here we are, the 48 car. That'll be Colton Flinner, former Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series Rookie of the Year. Colton Flinner has 3 career wins here at PPMS. He is in the River Salvage, John's Towing. John Johnson owned 48 car out of Allison Park, Pennsylvania. Should have the 01 car. There's Ron Hall and that Rocket Clements. First time out this year in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. The Farner Fire sponsored car of Ron Hall. Ron Hall in the 01 car. There's the 6 car, the Wilkerson Farms entry. That'll be Clay Harris. Clay Harris, he is currently in the Lucas Oil points 13th. He's out of Jupiter, Florida. Second time here at Pittsburgh. Of course, the first time was 1 year ago. We should have John Weaver later arrival. There's the big perm, sporting the breast cancer awareness car number 18D. He is out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. He is currently 8th in the series points. There's the 79 car in Brad Malkett's Rocket. That'll be Doug Drown. Doug Drown out of Wooster, Ohio in 79. Mentioned Brad Malkett, got to talk to him earlier. Of course, Malkett Racing Engines, 11 career victories. The 97 track champion here was Brad Malkett. Brandon Shepard in the Group number 4 hot laps, 17-141, 17-141 for Brandon Shepard. Well, we're going to go to break. Coming up next, we will have All-Star Performance Time Trials for Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series, largest car count in 9 years. Again, complete show tonight and tomorrow night. You're watching it all live from Pittsburgh's Pennsylvania Motor Speedway in Imperial, PA. The Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series presented by FloRacing. We'll be right back. Welcome back to a beautiful Friday night here at Pittsburgh's Pennsylvania Motor Speedway. Again, tomorrow afternoon we'll have an autograph session. We'll give you more details on the time on that. And we're back tomorrow night, a full show for the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. We'll have hot laps, time trials, heats, B mains, and a feature again accepting new entries tomorrow night. $50,000 to win as we're at the Big River Steel Chase for the championship presented by ARP. The track record here was set last year for the late models. Alex Ferree at 16.826, 16826 for the A-Train here at PPMS. Again, the very first late model race ever ran here was the legendary Bob Waring Sr. Won that on June the, Dave, were you here for that? June the 17th, 1979. It was a 50-lapper, first ever late model race, Bob Waring Sr. And I know Bob Waring Sr., we talked about him at Lernerville. I know he's having some health issues, but man, hope he's watching tonight. Truly one of the legendary drivers, not only, I mean, Mr. Invitational, right? I mean, that's what his nickname was. So We're about ready to go. 3 cars at a time. Devin Moran's going to be coming up first here in All-Star Performance Time Trials. He is in the Roger Sellers Double Down Motorsports. Entry, that is the Longhorn with the Clements on tonight. Big River Steel, Lazy Days RV, C&W Trucking, Hazen Services, Millwood Plumbing, Anthony's Pizza, Bomac, Refuel Wellness, Red Oak Pub, Pee Wee's Wrecker Service, Car Source Auto, McHugh Chrysler, Dodge Jeep Ram, Phillips CPA, Smoky Mountain Speedway, Holland Haskell's, Chuck Kimball, the crew chief, Dylan Klein, Nick Smith on the crew of the 99. It'll be followed by the J4. That'll be the veteran John Garvin Jr. He's out of Sarver, Pennsylvania. He's at the Longhorn Krager. Homeboy Seamless Gutters, Bachman Trucking, Garvin Scrap Metals, Jake Brake Customs Powder Coating, and the 555 will be the youngster that'll be out of Ellenville, New York. That'll be Brock Pinkerus, and the Paul Pinkerus. Shackleton and Auto and Truck Parts, Pink Links Virtual Golf, Dr. Pink Orthodontics, Northeast Paving and Seal Coat, Russ King Racing. That is a Rocket Clements for the teenager Brock Pinkerus out of Ellenville, New York. A lot of people in the pits tonight and still filing in here at Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania Motor Speedway. An absolutely beautiful weekend for us here tonight. So again, 30 laps tonight, 70 tomorrow night. So again, 6 drivers doing double duty at the Rush Late Models. Lucas Oil, Max Blair, Logan Zarin, Mason Ziegler, Forrest Trent, Carson Ferguson, and Tommy Schernhofer. All doing double duty. Again, the all-time winningest driver is the car owner. For Alex Free, Lynn Geisler, 76 the win total. Ben Miley, Davey Johnson, Steve Baker, who's here tonight with Rocket. The late Mark Benall, Ed Faree, Lou Bradish, John Flinner, Jared Miley, Keith Barbara. So great list of names here. Lynn Geisler was a 6-time track champion here at Pittsburgh. Ready to go, Devin Moran, the 99, currently second in the Big River Steel Chase for the championship presented by ARP. He'll be our first qualifier tonight. Again, the track record set 1 year ago. Alex Faree at 16.826. I believe we had a 16.9 in Dirt Draft Hot Laps. Here comes lap number 1 for the Dresden, Ohio driver. It's going to be 17.483. 17.483. This will be Group A. Heats 1 and 2 here tonight. John Garvin Jr. 18.437. And Brock Pinkerus will go to 18.139. 18.139 for Brock Pinkerus. Full time this year in a super late model. Lap number 2 from Ryan is quicker. 17.170. 17.170. Oh, remember, it's 10 bonus points. Quick time in Group A and Group B. Right now, lap number 2 for Garvin's 18.146. That's his quick. It's an 18.242 for Pinkerus. So Devin Moran, 17.170. And the Roger Sellers Double Down Motorsports 99. Up next should be the 8 car in his return to Lucas Oil Series. That is Tommy Schernhofer Jr. He's out of Pittsburgh. He's in the Climents Supply and Transit, Carmody's Grill, D&T Auto Body, Franklin Racing, Bill Thompson Utility Service, Schernhofer Welding, and Zuko's Pizza. Did I say that right, Dave? Zuko's. Rocket Pro Power, followed by the 58 of Garrett Alberson out of Las Cruces, New Mexico. The Ken and Beth Roberts own car, low voltage solutions, Mesilla Valley Transportation, Sunoco, Race Fuels, Titan Racing Products, Nutrient Ag Solutions, Bill Sport Shop, Done Right TV, Dickey's Doghouse, Cheap Cars, Fertilizer Equipment, Roman Machine, Denago Power Sports, and Mitchell Rance at the Longhorn Clements and Brandon Overton. He's at the Riggs Motorsports. That's the Longhorn Cornet tonight. Garnto Southern Napa, Big Dog Stump and Tree, Roof US, UNOH Dude Wipes, Mesilla Valley Transportation, Heartbeat Hot Sauce, 76. Alberson 17.457. Overton goes to third at 17.625. Schernhofer 18.137 on Tommy's first lap. Lap 2 for the Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania driver doing double duty tonight is 19.660. 19.660 for Schernhofer. Lap 2, and it is Brandon over to go to second quick time at 17.405. 17.405. Alberson's lap 2. I believe he's going to get another lap. 19.046, so he was held up on lap 2. So there you see Overton into the pit area. So Garrett Alberson right now 6th in the points for the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. And that battle for 5th with Brandon Shepard, that's $100,000. 6th rather, pays $80,000. So a $20K difference. Garrett Alberson at 17.240. That'll be second quick time. 17.240 for Garrett Alberson. Up next should be the 101. He comes to us out of Talbot, Tennessee. That'll be Forrest Trent. Forrest Trent in the Team Zero Vic Hill. Service 101, driven to save lives. TNC Diesel 2.4 machine. Trent logging 101, followed by the EZ1. That will be Ron Fink. Ron Fink out of Cumberland, Maryland, in the Rocket Cornet St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. That's where all of his winnings go. Ron Fink. There's the 14 car. That'll be Dan Angelico. Dan Angelico to Mount Pleasant, Pennsylvania. He's in the Royal Purple Remodeling Authority. Ace Excavating. That's a Rocket Durham. Car 14 for Dan Angelico. Forrest Trent. 18.345. Dan Angelico, lap number 1. Is going to be fourth quick time at 17.711. 17.711. Ron Fink at 19.372. 19.372. Lap 2 for the Tennessee driver is going to be 18.215 for Forrest Trent. 18.215. Lap number 2 for Angelico's quicker, still fourth. 17.408. And Ron Fink 19.043. 19043. So Ron Fink, give him a shout out because all of his winnings, and he also donates money to the St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. And right now it's Devin Moran, Garrett Alberson, Brandon Overton, Dan Angelico. Here's the defending Pittsburgher winner, the 49. He has 91 career wins at Lucas Oil Series. Second to Scott Bloomquist. That'll be Jonathan Davenport. He is out of Blairsville, Georgia. Lance and Darla Landers. That is a Longhorn with a Cornet 10i. Nutrient Ag Solutions, Dynagrow Seed, ASC Warranty, Martin Martin Automotive, Mecca Plumbing of the Carolinas, Midwest Sheet Metal. There's the 93, Hanover, Pennsylvania's Corey Lawler. Corey Lawler, the PPZ Lubricants, Ponchos Racing Products, Creekside Auto Sales, Sunoco, All About Wraps, Longhorn Pro Power, and Chris Schneider, the 55, Lower Burl, PA, the 55 Chassis, Dumhoff Racing Engine, Butler Truck Parts, Kenneth Beck Trucking, 55. Davenport 17.553, 17553. That's fifth here in Group A. Lawler at 18.313, 18313. Chris Schneider at 19.578. Jake Brake Custom Powder Coating, BT Truck and Auto Service. It's all clean. Mobile Pressure Washing 55. Davenport will go to third on lap 2 at 17282, 17282 for Davenport. Lap 2 coming up. Chris Schneider is going to be quicker, 19.074, 19074. Corey Lawler sixth on that lap number 2, 17.973, 17973. So through 12 cars, it's Devin Moran, Garrett Alberson, Jonathan Davenport, and Brandon Overton. Up next, two-time Pittsburgher winner, Robbie Allen turning the wrenches on the 22 out of Indiana, Pennsylvania. That'll be Greg Satterley. Greg Satterley, the Kaiser Manufacturing, Satterley Motorsports, AFCO, Classic Inc., Rocket Clements, 22, followed by the red 22, second in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year Chase, Daniel Hilzebeck. He's out of Earlham, Iowa, the Manning Chiropractic, 22 Enterprises, Big Deal Car Care, Hilzebeck Farms, Finish Line Body and Paint, Adams Snow Removal, Alley Auto Sales, Capital Clements, and Jared Miley, the 10, out of Pittsburgh, the Joe Corrado, Rocket Dumoff. That's the Blue Mountain Energy, Optimal Transport, Homeboy Seamless Gutters, Johnson Auto Service, number 10 of Jared Miley. Jared Miley, 30 career wins, 9th all-time here at Pittsburgh. Lap number 1 for Satterley. It did not pick up. Hilsebeck, 17.827. Jared Miley, 8th at 18.127. Lap number 2 coming up for Hilzebeck. Daniels lap number 2 is going to go to 6th at 17.889. His first lap was quicker, 17.827. Lap 2, 17.889. Miley lap 2 is 18.104. We'll give you an update on Greg Satterley. $17.170, still the mark to set here in Group A. Devin Moran. Again, these will be heats 1 and 2 here tonight. 4 heats overall. There will be 8 laps apiece. Top 4 will transfer. 2B mains, 10 laps. And those will be 10 laps apiece. Top 3 will transfer. Then we'll have provisionals tonight and tomorrow night. Tomorrow night run for $50,000. Saturday a transponder issue. So two-time winner, the Pittsburgher DJ.
Yeah, you called it. Saturday right down here below me. They're changing the transponder on the front of the race car. Going to get him back out for his 2 laps in All-Star Performance Time Trials. And oh, by the way, if and that's a big if things would shake out as they currently are, and I know we still have, about 8 or 9 drivers left to qualify. Heat number 1 would have Devin Moran on the pole, Jonathan Davenport on the outside.
You can't make this stuff up. There you go. And again, 10 bonus points for fastest in Group A, 10 for Group B. Thornton is in Group B, leading the championship point standing. So we'll wait on Saturday here. So we've got still about 7 drivers left in Group A. Max Blair should be coming up next once we get Satterley situated. Max Blair, former Lucas Oil Rookie of the Year in the Brad Spochas, Centerline Motorsports 111, C&J Dairy, Creeks Pizza and Pub, Upstate Auto Group, Dean Auto Group, Creekside Auto Sales, One Stop Collision Care, Murphy's Logging, TLW Transport, Gable Inn, Deer Creek's Bowl, Riggs Fiber. His dad, Robbie Miller, the crew chief, Kayla McManus on the crew of that Longhorn Clements, so Satterley back out. And it'll be the 19M in his debut here at Pittsburgh. It'll be Joseph Joyner. Joseph Joyner at the front out of Milton, Florida. The JCM Motorsports. Colton Miller, 19M car rocket. Jay Dickens, power plant under the hood. Yellowhammer Design and Construction. Clyburn Tank Lines. Neo Bubbles Car Wash. Extreme Graphics. The Mercantile. And DriveBarstow.com. On the 19M of Joseph Joyner, there's Max Blair, the Rookie of the year before last. As the next trio on the clock, Greg Satterley. And Greg Satterley go to 14th in Group A, 18, 658, 18, 658. Joseph Joyner, first time at PPMS, 6th quick at 17.591, 17591. Blair at 17.955. Satterley go to 10th at 17.977. There's Max Blair, the third generation racer, 7th at 17.824. Here comes Joyner. Joseph Joyner, he loaded 6th, a little bit slower in lap 2 is going to be 18.086, but a low in lap 1 at 17.591. So right now the top 5, Devin Moran, Garrett Alberson, Jonathan Davenport, Brandon Overton, Dan Angelicchio. Joyner is 6th. There's another former Rookie of the Year in the Lucas Oil Series. That'll be Mason Ziegler. Mason Ziegler out of Chalk Hill, Pennsylvania. The Green Lane, RBS Truck Collision, RBS Auto and Trailer Sales, Harris Walmsley Enterprises, BX Logistics Group, that's a Rocket Clements. He'll be followed by the number 9 out of Cabot, Pennsylvania. That'll be Levi Yetter. Levi Yetter, the Longhorn entry, John's Towing, CRS Contracting, Bachman Trucking, Rosebrook Village, Thrower Concrete, Mr. Water Heater, Jake Brake Customs Powder Coating, and the 24 out of Oil City, Pennsylvania will be Tyler Wyant. Tyler Wyant of the Longhorn Pro Power, Virgil Iron and Steel, winchrental.com, Eagle Hoist and Winch, and Bish Heating and Cooling. Lap 1 for Ziggy. Mason Ziegler in the 25Z is 7th, 17.761. Yetter is going to be 18.824. Tyler Wyant is going to be 19.277. Ziegler lap 2 is going to be 17.992. His first lap was 7th. Levi Yetter lap 2 is going to be 18.927. Hold on, lap 1 and lap number 2 for Tyler Wyant is 18.885. 18.885 for Tyler Wyant. Should have 2 more to go here in Group A. It'll be the current O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year points leader. 10th in the points, the Billy Hicks Racing entry, the 79. First time here at Pittsburgh, it'll be Donald McIntosh. Donald McIntosh, he's out of Dawsonville, Georgia. The H&H Auto Sales, Coleman Farms Racing, NobodyWalksNC.com. Albert Custom Homes, Rich Haven, Rich Principal Financier, Gambler, Performance, Predator, Custom Trailers, that's the Longhorn Clements and Logan Zarin. The 1Z out of Hookstown, PA, the Longhorn Durham, All-American Framers, Napa Racing, Level Enterprises, Schwartz Miller Transport, Brandon's Lawn and Landscape, Tomai's Towing, and Zarin Truck and Automotive 1Z. McIntosh, 12th, 18.091, 18.091. Here comes Zarin. Logan Zarin, and 12th quick time for Zarin there, 17.979, 17979. Lap 2 for McIntosh. And he'll bump up 10th quick time, 17.851, 17851. Here's Zarin, lap number 2. And Logan Zarin will go to 10th at 17.850 as he unseats McIntosh for that spot. So that'll do it. Group A, 10th, Logan Zarin. 9th, Daniel Hilzebeck. 8th, Max Blair. 7th, Mason Ziegler. 6th, Joseph Joyner. 5th, Dan Angelicchio. 4th, Brandon Overton. 3rd, Jonathan Davenport. 2nd, Garrett Alberson. And your quickest so far, quickest in Group A, 17.170. How about a big round of applause out of Dresden, Ohio for Devin Moran. Quickest in Group A, Dustin, and that is 10 valuable points in this race for the championship.
Yeah, and he talked about that last week at Brownstown, right? Remember, he set fast time for the Jackson 100 as well. 10 bonus points regardless of what happens here in Group B.
Group B, heats 3 and 4 to be Dan Ebert, the 60s at Lakeshore, Minnesota. First time here in the James Trantina. Collins Brothers Towing, Minnesota Truck Headquarters, Woody's Racing, Shaw Towing, Christian and Group Rocket, Durham, followed by the 5M, the veteran out of Ashland, Ohio. That is Flying Ryan Markham. Ryan Markham in the Black Diamond, BB Drain Service, Ocala Restaurant Supply, and Hudson O'Neill. In the Todd and Vicki Burns SSI Motorsports Longhorn, that is the Cornet tonight out of Martinsville, Indiana. The winner of this race back in 2022, Big River Steel Wheeler Metals, Triple O, Merrill Bonding, Subsurface of Indiana, Professional Concrete Cutting and Drilling. Markham, 18725, Ebert, 19003. Here comes O'Neill. His dad, a two-time winner of this race, 18257. Westside Tractor Sales, Dino One Inc., Sunoco, Bobcat of Batesville, Houchins Insurance, O'Neill's Salvage and Recycling, Indiana USSSA, Fast Pitch Softball, Bob and Tammy Burton. Lap 2, Markham, 18751. Ebert, 18312 is O'Neill, lap number 2. 17737, 17737 for Hudson O'Neill. Up next will be another former Lucas Oil National Champion. He is a two-time winner of the Pittsburgh, now living in Houston, Ohio, to be Josh Richards. Josh Richards, he is of the Mark Richards Racing, Valvoline, Serbert Calf Wrenches, Franklin Enterprises, Petrov Towing, Gunner's Honey, Ace Metalworks, Performance Grading, Collins Brothers Towing, Sunoco, TNT Industrial Supply, Styles Marine and Maintenance, Rocket One Pre-Owned, Rocket Durham for Josh Richards, followed by the 7 out of Georgetown, Delaware, and another Rocket. It'll be Ross Robinson. Ross Robinson, the Dutch Star Motorsports. Clements Power to Rocket, Stokely Materials, Commonwealth Equipment, ML Joseph, Sand and Gravel, Delmarva Hydraulics, Wesley Collins Builders, The Frozen Farmers, Sussex Carpentry, Hard Scrabble Express, Atlantic Prime Mortgage, First Aid Roof and Exterior. 7. Gary Stuhler will be Greencastle PE, the Mark Langenfelder, Longhorn, Vic Hill. Richards, second quick time. 18289. Give it to Ross Robinson, 18151. Stuhler in his 50th year of racing at 18699. Langenfelder Mechanical, Arnie D's Enterprises, SKS Equipment and Diesel, Maple Grove Machining, 9 Acres Tire and Auto, Arizona, and Tim Fraker Signs. Josh Richards, fast time. 17724 here in Group B. Robinson lap 2, 18279. Gary Stuhler, 18778. So how about that? New quick time in Group B, the number 1 of Josh Richards. The next 3, it'll be the 00. He comes to us out of Saxonburg. That'll be Tyler Dietz. Tyler Dietz, the Houston Brothers Racing, Longhorn Cornet, Weist Asphalt, Products and Paving, VFW, Veterans of Foreign Wars, Moody Sales, Kip Johnson's Upholstery, Whitetail Heaven Outfitters, Samuel Adams, Doherty Motorsports, Liquor Graphics, 00. No Rick Eckert, the Alan Murray 2 not out there. Carson Ferguson, 4th at Brownstown, the Paler Motorsports Longhorn. He is out of Lincoln, North Carolina. The Upal Grading Company, Live Oak Aesthetic and Family Dentistry, Coleman Farms Racing, Buddy's Automotive, Brad Benton Trucking, Baker Mitchell, Triple Electric, Pro Fabrication, Boone HVAC, Solidified Concrete, Floor Solutions, 93, and Alex Ferree, the Rocket Clements for Lynn Geisler, number 1 Cochran Expressway, Jack's Recycling, Tri-State Hose and Supply, Glow Racing, and Hotsy. Ferguson, fast time, 17.44 right in Group B. Ferree, 18287. Tyler Dietz, his first lap was 19.509. Lap number 2, the checkered from Rob Penrod. Dietz will be 19.538, 19538. Here comes Alex Ferree, the A-Train, lap 2. It's quicker, 18.152. And Carson Ferguson, lap 2, 17.630. So new top driver in Group B is Carson Ferguson at 17.448. So he was held up on his lap. So his first lap, 17.448. Trying to make it stand, and it's Josh Richards, Hudson O'Neill, and Ross Robinson. Ferguson had to be impressed. 4th at Brownstown. Last week out of the 48-car field, lap number 2 is going to be 17.584, 17584 officially for Carson Ferguson. Up next will be the 09 car. It'll be Michael Leach. Michael Leach comes to us out of Sun River, Montana. First time here at Pittsburgh. He's on the Low and Bro Motorsports. The Dust Pods, Willow Ranch, Hellraiser Jacks, Longhorn Cornet for the 09. Dawson Cook, the crew chief on that car, followed by the current points leader and defending series champion. That'll be Ricky Thornton Jr., the 20 RT. He comes to us out of Chandler, Arizona, the Bobby and Jessica Kohler Motorsports. That is a Longhorn tonight with a Clements power plant under the hood. Hoker Trucking, Knights Companies, Coleman Farms Racing, Ultimate Towing and Recovery, Lead Ready Mix, Capital Way, Sunoco, EMD Wrap Certified Inspection for Thornton. And the 69, that'll be John Hodgkiss out of Pittsburgh, the Rocket Clements, Hodgkiss Construction, Hodgkiss Lumber, Brian signs the decals. Lap number 1, Thornton second, 17.506. Leach at 18.272. Hodgkiss seventh, 18.208. Got a new sponsor there. It's been added on to the 69 car of Johnny Hodgkiss. As Pinnacle Vending on that side of that car. Lap 2 for Thornton, 17.470. That's quicker, but still second. Lap 2 for Leach is 17.944. That's fifth. Lap 2 for Hodgkiss, 18.485. Yes, Dustin.
Hey, James, real quick, a issue with the harness on the seatbelt for the 2 of Rick Eckert. That's why he's not made his way out yet. The crew is scrambling to get that fixed so he can go out for one qualifying lap here at the tail end of Group B.
All right, DJ, right now through 12 cars. It's Carson Ferguson, Ricky Thornton Jr., Josh Richards, Hudson O'Neill. There is the number 1. That'll be Brandon Shepard. He's out of New Berlin, Illinois. Currently 5th in the points to Mark Richards Racing, Valvoline, Swebert Calf Ranches, Franklin Enterprises, Petrov Towing, Gunner Sounding, East Metalworks, Performance Grading, Sunoco, Collins Brothers Towing, Styles Marine and Maintenance, Rocket One Pre-Owned, followed by Doug Brown out of Worcester, Ohio, and the Brad Malkin, Rocket Malkin's Talbert, Ely Reel, 89 Homes, BA's Place Bar and Grill, and Matt Cosner at originally West Virginia, the Rocket Durham, RH Lap Mechanical, Nelson Auto Sales, Global Truck Outfitters, Benson Designs, Mighty Auto Parts, G&P Distributors, Shepard third, 17.535, Doug Drown at 18.525, Cosner, 18.598, Shepard coming on lap 2. And Brandon Shepard, 17.609, 17609. Shepard third, Richards fourth. Doug Drown, lap 2 is 18.764, and lap 2 for Cosner coming at you. And Matt's lap 2 is going to be 18.528, 18528. So it's Carson Ferguson, Ricky Thornton Jr., Brandon Shepard, and Josh Richards. The top 4. So we've got a handful left to go to be the 01 car, to be Ron Hall. He's out of Hookstown, Pennsylvania, the Rocket Clements 01H. He'll be followed by the 6 out of Jupiter, Florida. That'll be Clay Harris. Clay Harris in the Longhorn, Durham, Wilkerson Farms, Impact Electrical, Dunright Construction, National Fragile X Foundation, Universal Cable Systems, 12 Kings Construction Supply, LLC. And he'll be followed by the 48, former Lucas Oil Rookie of the Year, to be Colton Flinner. Colton Flinner, he comes to us out of Allison Park, Pennsylvania. He is in a Longhorn Cornet tonight. John's Towing for John Johnson. Fast Andy Racing, River Salvage, Stands Transmission Service, All Comfort Solutions, Heating and Cooling, Jake Brake Customs Powder Coating, Pittsburgh Epoxy Flooring, and Bella Cereals Restaurant and Lounge. We got a car in the wall in turn 2. That's Ron Hall. Ron Hall, 20.829. 20.829. Clay Harris, lap 1 is 11th at 18.367. Colton Flinner, lap number 1 is 18.726. Hall, lap 2. Clay Harris to go to 6th in car 6, 17.915. Ron Hall, lap 2, 21.085. Flinner trying to pick it up, and he will go to 14th at 18.563, 18563. So 3 more to go. It'll be the 12 out of Fairmont, West Virginia. That'll be Ryan Montgomery. Ryan Montgomery, the Harris Walmsley Racing, Josh Walmsley Racing, Bomax Equipment, Next Level Heating and Cooling, Newlands International Sales, A5 Holdings, Teats Meats, Legendary Transport, Slicker Graphics, Central Supply, FIFA Transport, and Say Transport sponsor him. And it'll be the Big Perm Dalton Wilson out of Fayetteville, North Carolina, the James Ratliff Longhorn Clements, Grandley Farms, MG Auto Sales, the Auto Outlet, Innovative Community Solutions, Keltner Contracting, JRR Motor Sales, B&L Construction, Cheap Chevrolet, New Point Lighting Design, and then John Wayne Weaver. In the W3, our final qualifiers of the night here in Group B, heats 3 and 4. Lap 1 for Montgomery is 8th at 18.043. Big Perm will go to 6th at 17.798. Here comes John Wayne Weaver in the W3. First time in a couple of years with the series. Weaver at 19.568, 19568. Lap 2 for Montgomery, impressive at Florence. In the Sunoco North-South 109th, they're in Group B at 18.291. Dalton Wilson at 18.401 had on lap 1. And John Wayne Weaver, lap number 2. And he'll go to 19.385, 193.85 for Weaver. That'll do it for Group B, heats 3 and 4. It will be 10th, Ross Robinson. 9th, Ryan Montgomery. 8th, Michael Leach. 7th, Clay Harris. Rick Eckert will not make it out. Dalton Wilson 6th, Hudson O'Neal 5th, Josh Richards 4th, Brandon Shepard 3rd, Ricky Thornton Jr. 2nd, your fastest in this group at 17.448. 4th at Brownstown last week. He is out of Lincoln in North Carolina. How about it for Carson Ferguson? But the quickest overall came out of Group A. The first qualifier of the night, 17.170. Out of Dresden, Ohio, down with Dustin Jarrett. How about a big round of applause for Devin Moran?
Devin Moran turning the wick up here over the course of the last couple weeks. You set the All-Star Performance fast time twice during speed weeks. And then you went the whole summer without setting fast time. Now 2 weekends in a row. I'm going to recycle the question. I'm going to ask you what I asked you last week. Given that you get 10 bonus points, man, how important is it you look at the big picture and you look ahead to next week's DTWC?
Yeah, you know, after a good weekend last weekend, obviously every point is going to matter here. And, yeah, I got 10 more on Ricky there and 10 more away from the other two. So, yeah, it's just a different Pittsburgh than I'm used to. I've never been here with this much grip on it, but I think it's going to be really good and really exciting. So excited to get out here, start on the front row of the heat, and we'll see what we can do.
You won this race a year ago. Obviously, setting fast time's a good start to that. What do you need to do, though, to make sure you stay up front in your heat race and then stay up front in the feature?
Yeah, just get a good start here. This place is wild on starts and restarts. It's so wide and so dynamic. And, yeah, I don't know if we'll be right around that bottom or right around the top. But obviously JD's beside me, so he's going to be on the gas. So we'll just see if we can get a good start and keep them all behind us.
Devin Moran, for the 4th time this year, is the All-Star Performance Fast Qualifier with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. James, he's going to start on the pole of Penske Shocks Heat Race number 1.
Thank you very much, DJ. Brian Spade, are you coming up next, my friend?
Yes, I am.
Go right ahead, sir.
Yep, thank you very much, James. We're set to go here with the Rush Late Model Touring Series time trials. We're going to time them 3 at a time. We got 46 cars to get through. Qualifying Group A and B. Group A will be timing for heats 1, 2, and 3. Group B for heats 4, 5, and 6. We got 6 heat races tonight. 8 laps the distance for each one of these events. And again, we'll be taking 2 time trial laps, 3 cars at a time out on the track. And the first cars that will come out onto the Speedway, once we're clear and ready to go, we're going to have Zach Gunn in car number 17G's out of McDonald, PA. He is in the Scott Gunn Racing, DG Manufacturing, Tailgate Support, West Mifflin Collision. Manicky's First Stop Automotive, Slicker Graphics, Bridgeville Automotive, Durats Built. Number 17G gets a rocket for Zach Gunn. We'll have him on the track first. He has 2 wins here this year. The track record, by the way, is 18.332, set by Michael Norris, September 29th of 2023. Once the gate is closed in the backstretch, we'll be able to go here and we'll be able to get going here in just a few moments. As soon as that gate is closed, we'll be setting them out onto the Speedway. Once again, these are the Huffis Auto and Truck Supply Rush Late Models competing in a Flynn's Tire Gunter's Honey Touring Series event. And it looks like there might be a vehicle now crossing over there, not sure, but anyhow. And also we want to thank FK Rod Ends for their support of our series. This is the FK Rod Ends Shock the Clock $100 time trial award here tonight for the Rush Late Models. Top time trialer gets $100 from FK Rod Ends. We also want to thank the fine folks again from Huffis Auto and Truck Supply. They are a branding sponsor of the Rush Racing Series, headquartered in Mercer, Pennsylvania, with 18 locations throughout western Pennsylvania. Expanded their business to include heavy-duty truck parts and paint, body, and equipment sales. Locations in Allison Park, Butler, DuBois, Emlenton, Erie, Franklin, Grove City, Hermitage, Meadville, Mercer, New Brighton, Newcastle, North Huntington, Oil City, Punxsutawney, Titusville, Wexford, and Zillionople. Huvis Auto and Truck Supply. All right, Zach Gunn. Well, again, we're trying to get the cars out here, and it looks like somebody's decided to let people cross the track, but they're getting across in the backstretch. Zach Gunn on the track, and we'll get him going green here in just a moment. The next car on the track is going to be Daryl Charlier. Daryl in car number 42 is in the Matt Dobnak-owned Dobbs Automotive, Ron's Barbershop, Three Rivers Karting, Hennis Plumbing, R. Colasar Motorsports, number 42. He's out of Midway, Pennsylvania, nicknamed the Midway Missile. And the other car out here coming onto the track will be the number N1. Tonight being driven by Nico DeBecco in the Millerstown Pick-A-Part, ND Freak Motorsports, A&M Norris Enterprises, Woods Rod and Custom Ingram Engines. Car number N1, Nico DeBecco. First time trial lap going across here soon for Zach Gunn, driving for his father, Scott Gunn. As they cross the line here, time trials coming up. The list on your screen. DeBecco with a 19.389, fastest so far, followed by Charlier. Actually, DeBecco now second quick with a 19.389. Here comes Gunn across the line. His second lap a little slower than that first one. Checkered flag comes out for DeBecco. DeBecco, his first lap was better. Second lap for DeBecco actually gets him into the quick time with a 19.051. 19.051. Nico DeBecco sets the standard for this group. Daryl Charlier with a 19.594. So right now it's DeBecco, Gunn, and Charlier. Out on the track next, Devin Brannon. He's driving the 28 Special. It's an A and B Classics and Restoration. Larry Rayston Septic Service. Classic Car Restorer. Devin Brannon, 22-year-old out of Winchester, Virginia. Also on the track, the number 31. The Sunnyside Farm Transit Incorporated, Indiana Farmers Livestock Auction, Cunley Brothers, Weather Capital Sales, Daily Supply, Jonathan Stockdale owned number 31. It's a Zimmerman chassis out of Albion, Pennsylvania, Kyle Zimmerman, and Peyton Dalton out of Morgantown, West Virginia, the Coastal Drilling East Racing, car number, Advanced Auto Parts Ace High Fabrication, car number 5L. He's in a rocket, Peyton Dalton. Brandon with a 19.858, 19.858. Zimmerman crosses the line with a 19.341, third quick. Dalton back in sixth quick with a 21.637. Brandon, second lap quicker, but still fourth with a 19.382. Here comes Zimmerman across the line. Let's see if he can pick it up. Kyle Zimmerman crosses his second lap slower than his first one. Nico DeBecco still at the top of the chart with his 19.051. DeBecco shooting for that FK Rod Ends $100 Shock the Clock award. Next onto the track, driving car number 18, an XL chassis. It's the Zoldaz Construction. Murphy's Logging, Leitzel's, Martin Dynamics, Close Racing Supply, Poppy C Floristry, Pine Grove Collision, Cartwright's Maple Tree Inn. Car number 18, truck driver by trade, race driver by weekend, 51-year-old Mike Wonderling. Mike Wonderling from Wellsville, brother of Jeremy Wonderling. Also coming out on the track, 2024 track champion. She's in the SMS Superior Marine Services, Morley's Welding and Fabrication. Plaza News J.D. Coles Contracting. Car number 72B, Cassidy Kamaker from Aliquippa, Pennsylvania. And behind her is Ryan Hare. Ryan in the Josh Wamsley Racing, Liberty Machine and Welding, Kessler Trucking, Diamond Dealers Training Facility. Forbes Field Garage, Beckwith Lumber Company, car number 29. Wonderling fifth quick with a 19.594. Here comes Cassidy Kamaker. Whoa, she goes up to third quick with a 19.152. 19152. Ryan Ayers second quick with a 19.098. He was fast in time trials earlier tonight. We'll see what he can do here. Wonderling across the line, 19.352, bolts up to the sixth spot. But Kamaker trying to set the standard here, crosses the line. Quick time with an 18.861 for Kamaker. 1.8861. Hare second with a 1.8973. So Cassidy Kamaker on top right now with an 18.861. Logan Zarin out of Hookstown, Pennsylvania, in the Anarchy Customs Fabrication and Consulting. RPM Shock Services, Integra Shocks, Jake Brake Custom Powder Coating Longhorn, owned by Greg Beach. It's Logan Zarin. Also coming out onto the track, driving car number 45. Out of Aliquippa, the Steel City Outlaw. He's in the Gun Necklace Racing, Kendrew's Lounge, Chambers Embroidery and Silk Screening, Moody's Sales, Rocket number 45. That is Tim Schaefer. Tim Schaefer in car number 45. 2 cars out for this group. Forrest Trent not coming out onto the track in this group. As they cross the line here, let's see what we got. And Zarin's back in 9th quick with a 19.945. Schaefer crosses the line 7th quick with a 19.358. 19.358. As the cars work their way around the speedway, here comes Logan Zarin picking up across the line. Zarin stays in 10th quick, his first time better. And Schaefer goes up to 2nd quick with an 18.972. 18.972 for Tim Schaefer in car number 45. Next onto the track in the Brills Motorsports Repair and Performance, Sweeney Built, JNS Home Services, Race Wraps, Allstate, Rocket number 33W. Out of Winchester, Virginia, Jacob Witt. Also on the track out of Imperial, Pennsylvania, in the Cronin Enterprises, Big Fellas Pizza, Masters Built number 2M. It's 53-year-old heavy equipment and trucking man Chuck Medved. And also on the track, the winner back here in July in the Schneider Truck, Valley Electric and Valley Security System, JD Joint. And somebody has blown up. And that would be, his hood flew up, excuse me. Jacob Witt in the number 33 has a problem in the backstretch as the hood flies up in front of him. Everyone else continuing around. Schneider's 6th quick right now. Medved 11th quick. The 33W of Witt will get a chance to make a lap. Crossing the line. Here comes Schneider. Let's see if he can pick it up a little bit. And he does not with a 19.308. He stays 6th quick. Cassidy Kamiker right now leading the pack. Onto the track next, Marino Angelichio out of Latrobe, Pennsylvania. He's in the Imperial River Transport, Somerset Trust Company. Brooks Financial, Ace Excavation, Comtrol International Rocket, Marino Angelichio, and behind him, driving car number 02, out of Linesville, Pennsylvania, it is Hollywood, Ben Easler. Ben in the CrawfordCustom.com, 3C Graphics, Porks Body Works, The Swing Factory, Lakeside Lanes, Sagertown Hardware, Wedge Motorsports, Latta Brothers Racing Machine, again, Ben Easler. And also on the track, driving car number 11A out of Erie, Pennsylvania, in the Fredonia Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, Kunko Landscape, Kurt A. Johnson, DMD, Comprehensive Dentistry Machine, it is Ashton Briggs. Angelichio crossing the line 11th with a 19.604. Easler back in 13th with a 19.845. And Briggs back in 15th with a 20.011. Here comes Angelichio trying to pick it up a little bit with a 19.604. Still his first lap better. Easler, he wants to improve here. He gets up to 10th quick with a 19.481. 19.481 for Ben, and Briggs is back in 14th quick with a 19.937. Next onto the track out of Butler, Pennsylvania, in the Lucon's Rev Fab, Wrecker Inc. RPR. That's Wrecker Porter Racing, Rocket number 6R of Chuck Wrecker. And behind him, driving car number 8 in the BDK Construction, Bill Holmes Excavating, Outlaw Heavy Repair, RTG Holmes Racing, Longhorn Machine out of East Concord, New York, Bill Holmes. Bill Holmes in car number 8. A demolition operator and an excavator by trade. And also on the track, third place man in points right now. He's driving the Henry's Headers and Exhaust System, Caroline Street Pub, Delroy Racing Enterprises, Gross Electric Rocket number 111D. It's Double D Demetrius Drelis. Demetrius Drelis out of Queensbury, New York. Wrecker back in 16th, Holmes back and now in 16th with a 20.048. Here comes Drelis across the line. 5th quick with a 19.102. 19.102 for Drelis. He's trying to close in and grab. He's one of the faster cars on the circuit. Here comes Wrecker across the line. Second lap, not good enough. Holmes crosses the line. He's up to 14th quick with a 19.619. Drellis goes up to 4th quick with a 19.017 as he eclipses DeBecco. Right now it's Cassidy Kamiker, followed by Tim Schaefer, Ryan Hare, Demetrius Drellis, and Nico DeBecco. And now onto the track, driving car number 114, the Creek Pizza and Pub, C&J Dairy, Creekside Auto Sales, Tavern 618, Gable Inn, Centerline Motorsports, machine out of Centerville, Pennsylvania, Max Blair. Also on the track, out of Somerset, Pennsylvania, driving the number 16. He's in the Infinity Engineering, Amy Hughes Insurance Agency, Cambria Ready Mix Concrete, On Time Body and Graphics, AccuForce Dyno and Tester. Car number 16, Clinton Hirsch. Also on the track in car number 4. Beautiful looking car here this weekend. It is Jason Knowles. He's the Jet out of, let's see here, as Blair crosses the line. A car in the wall in turn 3. Clinton Hirsch whacks the wall in the corner right after Max Blair crosses the line with an 18.969. Hirsch did not get a lap. He's in the wall. I don't see where Knowles is on the Speedway either. Jason Knowles out of Addison, New York, and the Mobile Tech Communications. Leland Harris Trucking and Busing, Hair Color Master. We're going to go to a replay for those of you on FloRacing here as they cross the line. That is, and you can see Clinton gets a little wide in the corner, and the car just turns suddenly. Significant understeer, whacks the outside concrete here at Pittsburgh. That did quite a bit of damage for Clinton. He is okay, but a little worse for wear as a result of that. They'll have to get that car out of the way up there in the corner as they look to get that the number 16 machine off the Speedway. The rat rod towing going over there to take care of that. So while we've got this incident up there in turn number 3, we're going to take a break here from the action at Pittsburgh. Clinton is okay. Pride probably hurt quite a bit. We'll be back at Pittsburgh's Pennsylvania Motor Speedway in just a moment. And we're back to Pittsburgh's Pennsylvania Motor Speedway, and Max Blair did get one lap in. He'll be able to go green. I was mistaken. I apologize, folks. I announced Jason Knowles was out there. Jason's actually the first car in qualifying flight B. So right now, Cassidy Kamiker, the former defending track champion with an 18.861. She is currently leading Group A, and Max Blair is second, and he is trying to beat her. He right now has an 18.969, so he'll be getting the green flag. He's going to only get this lap. He already got one lap in, so here he comes. Can Max Blair beat out Cassidy, or can Cassidy beat him as they cross the line? Here comes Blair hugging the inside rail, working off the turn. The checkered flag is out, and Max Blair, quick time with an 18.839. 1.8839 for Max Blair. And he is the pace setter for the night so far with an 18.839. Cassidy Kamiker second. She'll go pole in heat race number 2. And Tim Schaefer third. He'll be pole in heat race number 3. Ryan Hare was 4th, Demetrius Strelis 5th, and Nico DeBecco with a good run 6th. Hare will be outside of Blair in heat race number 1, front row. Kamiker will have to her outside Demetrius Strelis, and Nico DeBecco will be on the outside of Tim Schaefer in row number 1 in heat race number 3. All right, we're set to bring out the next group of time trials. They'll be led by Jason Knowles out of Edison, New York. Jason, nicknamed the Jet, owns and operates Empire Crushing and Contracting. He's in the Mobile Tech Communications, Leland Harris Trucking and Busing, Hair Color Masters, Lewis Lawn and Landscaping, Robinson Farm, Hubertus Service Station, Griswold's ETR Services, Davis Electric, car number 4, Jason Knowles. He's a 43-year-old driver out of Addison, New York, up near Corning, New York in the southern tier. Also coming out on the track, one of the top protagonists for our Rush Late Model Touring Series Championship. He's a 32-year-old racer out of Linden, Virginia. Actually, Stephen City he calls home. He's a race car driver by trade. He also runs his own race shop. Nicknamed the High Side Hustler, he's in the Zirkle Brothers Letterworks, American Paint Company, Anthony's Pizza, Exceptional Wildlife Removal, Race Wraps, to Havens Trailer Sales, Leonardtown Ford, in number 99, it'll be Kyle Hardy. And also coming out onto the track in the King, he's a driver, truck driver for King Brothers. He lives in Cortland, Ohio. He's in car number 21J. He's in the Ready Mix, King Brothers Concrete, King Sanitary Service, Rocket number 21J. That is Jamie Reitzman. Now, I said all that, and what's going on is that Jacob Witt, who had the hood come up on the 33X, he has repaired the car. He is getting one time trial lap now for the 33X. The best, no matter what he time trials, if he's in the top half, he can only qualify 50% plus 1. So the best he can do is about 12th. As they head down the back stretch, he gets his one time trial lap here. Jacob Witt will round out Group A. As he crosses the line, you can see the hood off the number 33X as Witt crosses, and he ends up down in 20th with a 20.692. 20.692. So now we will move on. All right, now Group B will be coming out. So they'll be led again by Jason Knowles, Kyle Hardy, and Jamie Reitzman. Hardy was the champion back in 2021. There you see Jason Knowles, actually a beautiful looking car this weekend for the number 4 team. Just a classic look on that car. And Knowles put new skin and new colors on that for this race here this weekend. The former Woodhull Raceway champion up there, that 1/3 mile high bank track. Here comes Kyle Hardy. He's picked up 3 wins in the latter part of the year with car number 99. Picked up a win at Tri-City Raceway Park. He also had a win at Winchester Speedway. And he's been gaining. He's got 13 career wins, tied for 3rd most on the series. And there's Jamie Reitzman running for his father, Jim. Hardy sets the first lap with a 19.250. Knowles with a 19.512. Reitzman with a 19.897. Knowles' second lap, a little bit faster, but still second with a 19.396. Here comes Hardy across the line. 19.144 for Kyle as he sets the standard for Group B. Again, the FK Rod Ends shocked the clock award right now with Max Blair with an 18.839. Onto the track next. Driving car number 4 Junior, one of the faster cars in time trials, Jake Billick Jr. Jake is driving the Anarchy Customs, car number 4 Junior. He's out of Newcastle, PA, steel worker by trade, 24-year-old. Behind him, the number 5X of Brandon Burgoon. He's in the Chernick-Benz Racing Rocket. Number 5X, Brandon Burgoon, looking for the track championship here this year out of Pittsburgh. He's in the Franklin Racing Supply, Napa Auto Parts Stands Transmission Service. Close Racing Supply, number 5X, defending race winner on Saturday night. And also out there, driving car number 71W should be Jackson Billick. Crossing the line, Billick Jr. with a 19.399. Let's see how Brandon Burgoon does as he crosses the line here. Quick time with a 19.128 in Group B. Quick time for Brandon Burgoon. As the number 71W also crossed the line, but no time coming in there for Jackson Billick. He's out of Newcastle, younger brother of Jacob. Burgoon sets his time a little bit faster at the top of the chart with a 19.061. And Jacob Billick with a 19.399. It looks like Jackson's transponder was not working properly on the 71W. All right, coming out onto the track, the 2C of Zach Carley. The blend plans, Florida RCCRA Waste Trucking, Stubby Stump Grinding, Joe Chamberlain Trucking, Bear Nuts, Crankers Pro Shop, Rocket. A paint contractor by trade, Zach Carley. Zach Carley out of Freedom, New York in the 2C, currently running for the top spot in the rookie chase. Brody Orovets out of Oakdale, right down the road. He's in the Imperial Tire and Automotive, Classic Inc. Oakdale Hose Company, Cronin Enterprises, Tensegrity Healing, ND Motorsports, Rocket number 91B. Brody Orovets also out there. Mason Ziegler, the winner of the Bill Leeming Memorial. Carley with a 19.655. Mason in the green lane. RBS Auto Trail and Trailer Sales. RBS Trucking Collision, number 25Z. Orovets fifth quick with a 19.401. Here comes Ziegler across the line. Third quick with a 19.164. 19164. Checkered flag is out. Actually, Mason Ziegler second quick with a 19.069. 19069 for Mason Ziegler.
I have no comment. I did not have those on my bingo card, those sponsors. I won't ask you to repeat them unless he wins a heat race, right? Who was that on? Whose car was that on?
2C, Zach Carley. Yeah.
Good for Zach. That's impressive. Did not have those on my bingo card at all.
Steve Baldwin from Trenton, Ontario, Canada. He's in the QBT Excavating and Services. Free Flow, the K-Shop, four-time champion at Brighton Speedway. Steve Baldwin out of Trenton, Ontario, Canada. Also out there on the track, Matt Bennard. Matt is in car number 21. Matt Bernard. I'll get it right. He's in the Black Dog Electric, Chadwick Contracting, Hot Dogs car, number 15B, Matt Bernard. And also out there on the track, Austin Hauser. Baldwin 8th quick with a 19.836. Bernard 8th quick with a 19.645. Here comes Austin out of Grand Island, New York. He's in the Ed Carley Motorsports Pure Max Racing Oil. 5th quick with a 19.354. Works for General Motors as a millwright. He's in the Rocket Chassis number 51. Here comes Baldwin across the line. He's up to 9th quick with a 19.610. Bernard with a 19.593. Let's see here. Hauser 51st, 51 car I mean. Hauser crossing the line. Brody Orovets up into the third spot with a 19.125. We saw that earlier. All right, onto the track now. The 24C of Rob Cafaro. Rob out of Slippery Rock, PA, in the Cafaro's Pizza Go Bowling Penske Race Shocks machine. He's in the 24C, also out there from North Fayette. Picked up a win early this year in the DG Manufacturing Tailgate X Support, West Mifflin Collision, Slicker Graphics, Scott Gunn Racing Rocket, number 14G, the Gunner, Jake Gunn, and also out there on the track, the number 9 should be out there, and he is. It's A.J. Campbell out of Pittsburgh. He's in the Impact Collision Center and Automotive. Dan the Greek Racing Rocket, number 9. First across the line is Cafaro. Cafaro, 12th quick with a 21.302. Here comes Gunn, Jake Gunn, 9th quick with a 19.565. And also coming across the line there, Campbell is 13th quick with a 21.169 in that car, number 9. Cafaro still 13th quick with a 26.55. Gunn goes up to 6th quick with a 19.307. And across the line, the checkered flag for Campbell. Campbell, he improved his time, but stays 14th with a 20.730. Next onto the track, one of the faster cars typically, Dylan Brown out of Gaffney, South Carolina, regular at the Cherokee Speedway. He's in the Cherokee Landscaping, Performance Automotive. Penske Race Shocks, Boomer Custom Builders, Drive-Through, Grab and Go, Hardison Suspension Technologies. Number 6, Dylan Brown. Also out there, Kyle Lucan out of Burgettstown, PA. He's in the Lucan's Rev Fab. Trueform Race Products, Race 1, Zarin Truck and Automotive, Catalytic Combustion, Accello Racewear, ML Performance Rocket, Kyle Lucan out of Burgettstown, PA. The other car out there, 4-time series champion going for his 5th, Jeremy Wonderling. Jeremy Wonderling out there in car number 3J, Mr. Excitement. He's in the Shuttleworth Auto Sales, Southern Tier Ice, Close Racing Supply, 3J car, 11th quick with a 19.463. Right now, Lucan with a 19.331 is 7th quick. Here comes Brown across the line. Brown is only 12th quick with a 19.504. Lucan bounces up to 5th quick with a 19.261. Here comes Wonderling trying to put some speed in that car. He gained 1/1000th of a second with a 19.462. He is back in 11th quick. Tommy Schernhofer Jr. out of Dormont, Pennsylvania. The High Side Hammer is his nickname, and he's in the McClymonds Supply and Transit, Carmati's Grill. Schernhofer Welding On-Time Body and Graphics Rocket number 8S, Tommy Schernhofer Jr. And Carson Ferguson, one of the faster cars in the hot laps. He's out of Lincolnton, North Carolina. He's in the CSP Central Site Prep, Tribble Electric, the Harlem Suns, WP Racing Shocks, Southern Edge Fab and Solution, Griffin Plumbing Company, Tribble Roll-Offs, Longhorn number 1, F of Carson Ferguson. Schernhofer 10th quick with a 19.405. The other car out there should be Tom Klein. Quick time with a 19.055 in Group B is Ferguson. Ferguson, quick time with a 19.055. Tom Klein out there with the Schley Deck Company. Maverick Supply Fence, Decks and Rails. Lisa Coy, State Farm Insurance. Ferguson's time is second lap even faster with an 18.985. 18.985 for him. Klein back in 17th quick. 18.985 for Carson Ferguson. And 2 cars are left. Cole Petrell in car number 84P out of Follansbee, West Virginia. He's in the Ty Tworog Racing, Quick Time Suspension, CarQuest Toronto Auto Parts, Lucan's Rev Fab number 84P. And also out there should be Austin Allen from Canisteo, New York. He's in the Hubertus Service Station at Carly Motorsports, Zuggaby Excavating, Rocket number 32A. Should be one other car coming back out. That would be Jackson Billick, who did not have his transponder working. He will get a couple of laps here. Petrell back in 19th quick, former track champion with a 20.045. Here comes Austin Allen across the line. Whoa, 20th quick for Austin with a 20.109. He will not be happy with that. Petrell, see if he's any faster this time. Petrell with car number 184P. He is not. He's 19th quick still. And Austin Allen is now 19th quick with a 19.866. A bad time trial session there for Austin Allen. All right, Jackson Billick will be allowed back out here to all right, folks, it looks like I think we're going to get the Pro Stocks out here in just a moment. We're not sure. I thought Jackson Billick was going to be coming out. I understand they're working on the car, so he will get no time trial. So the fast time in Group B goes to Carson Ferguson with an 18.985. Brandon Burgoon was second quick. He had a 19.061. Mason Ziegler third quick with a 19.069. So they'll be pole in heat races 4, 5, and 6. Brody Orovitz was 4th quick, followed by Kyle Hardy and Kyle Lucan. They'll be outside pole in heats 4, 5, and 6, respectively. Up next will be time trials for the Pro Stocks, and Tyler Harris will be calling that action here. Tyler, back to you.
Thank you, Brian.
By the way, real quick, that means that Max Blair ended up with the FK Rod and Shock the Clock Award. $100 is the fast time overall tonight with an 18.839. I'm sorry about that. Thank you for letting me fit that in there, Tyler.
Hey, you're quite welcome. Always a good way to get your night started here. Pittsburgh Truck Center, Penn Ohio Pro Stocks, accompanied by the Penn Ohio Pro Stock Championship Series on the racetrack now. Group qualifying for the drivers as they hit to the racetrack here. Driving car number 25 here tonight, that will be Brett McDonald. Brett McDonald out of Saxonburg, Pennsylvania, right behind him. Welcome back to driver of car number 5. He's out of Newcastle, Pennsylvania. I believe that'll be Jacob Billick. Behind him, we've got another car rolling through turn number 4 right now. That'll be car number 20 tonight, driven by Hayden Fosnaught. And behind him, also coming through turn number 4 now in car number 4, is a driver out of Latrobe, Pennsylvania. That'll be Brett, the Hitman Hutera. 4 cars on the racetrack now, just checking to make sure that their transponders are hitting. They have all done so, and we are going green with qualifying here for the Penn Ohio Pro Stock Championship Series as they come across the ATI Materials flag stand. It'll be McDonald being the first to take time here for the It's All Clean Mobile Pressure Washing Bob Walters Memorial, presented by Big Daddy's Donuts. First lap time here coming across. White flag is waving for the 25 and the rest of the crew as they come through. Get you some lap times courtesy of My Race Pass here in just a second as they become available to us here. Checkered flag waving there for Brett McDonald. And there's your checkered flag there for the first group qualifying session. First group qualifying session is complete here. Still waiting on results here with My Race Pass. I apologize. So Jason Fosnaught, or rather that was Brett McDonald, driving car number 25 here tonight. Sometimes co-piloted by Jason Fosnaught here. I do have the lap times available here. 21.047 for Brett the Hitman Hutera, your fastest qualifier to this point here. Jacob Billick, second quick. Brett McDonald, third quick. Hayden Fosnaught rounds out your 4th spot. We've got 4 more coming on to the Speedway next. Once again, this is the It's All Clean Mobile Pressure Washing Bob Walters Memorial, presented by Big Daddy's Donuts here tonight. Big thanks to the sponsors that we have here available that put this show together. Want to take a moment to thank Fast Andy Racing, Brian Toohey Racing, Mussolino Racing, Mark Hayes Heating and Cooling, Tracy Marushak, New Beginnings Carpet Cleaning, Chris Scheider, S&S Chassis, James Huff Races for Tots, Dave Fulmer, Ricky Staggerwald, All Comfort Solutions Heating and Cooling, Pete Loria, Imperial Tire and Automotive, Deborah Schaefer, Paul Duratz, Henry's Auto Service. It will be Molly and Dan Cobb, Debbie Dolans, Dave Oliveri, Jim Blue, Animal Graphics and Designs, Missy and Mike Whistle. Some of the few who made, or some of the many who helped make this race possible here tonight. Green flag waving for our next session of qualifying air. There is Timothy Bish in car number 11 as he enters in through turns 1 and 2 right now. Your first qualifier in Group B. Right behind him, it's going to be the J19 of Jason Fosnaught. He's out of Toronto, Pennsylvania here. First appearance of the season for the J19. As he comes down the backstretch now, Jason Fosnaught, a feature winner here just last week. He was behind the wheel of the car number 25, driven tonight by Brett McDonald. As the white flag waves for him, coming through 3 and 4 here, we've got the 00 of Ricky Staggerwald. Stumbling a little bit coming out of turn number 4, but able to keep it straight here. Takes the white flag. He'll look to regroup here for lap number 2. 23, JR is going to be Hunter Exley. Hunter Exley in car number 23. Check that, Curtis J. Bish in car number 23 here tonight. Tim Bish goes second quick with a 21.324. He'll go now drop to third as Jason Fawzat in car number J19 will go 21.221. Last time there for Ricky Staggerwald, he'll settle for sixth with a 21.7. And your lap time there for Curtis L. Bish, he'll go seventh quick, 21.922. He improves on that second lap. Group number 2 wrapped up there for the Homac Penn Ohio Pro Stock Championship Series presented by Can-Am. Here comes your third session of qualifiers here. Third session hitting the track right now. That is the 55C of Connors. That will be Brandon Connors in car number 55C. Brandon Connor, a regular at the Marion Center Raceway. Right behind him, a driver who has dominated this race. He is 3 for 3, looking to make it 4 for 4 here tonight. He's out of Lower Burl, driving car number 55, the mastermind of the S&S chassis. That is Chris Schneider. Behind him there in car number 7W, that will be Bobby Whitling. Bobby Whitling, he's out of Seneca, Pennsylvania, a full-timer this year at the Tri-City Raceway Park up north in Franklin, Pennsylvania. And your fourth and final qualifier on the track is car number 155. That is Tyler Schneider. Tyler Schneider in car number 155, and in this instance, there is relation. That is Chris Schneider's little brother. He's got a feature win here to his credit earlier this season, does Tyler Schneider, as the green flag now waves. Third session of qualifying here for the Penn Ohio Pro Stock Championship Series. It'll be Brandon Connor who takes the green at the ATI Materials flag stand. So Brandon Connor, Chris Schneider, Bobby Whitling, and we've got a spinner over in turn number 1 and 2. That's Tyler Schneider able to gather it back up. Will stay green here as the white flag flies. Brandon Connor comes across the line. He'll go 8th quick with a 22.056. Chris Schneider goes quick time with a 20.393. 23.93 for Chris Schneider. Looking to go 4 for 4. Can he do it here? A great effort so far to this point. Tyler Schneider now 12th quick. Lap number 2 coming around to the checkered flag. Brandon Connor letting it hang out on the wide side in turn number 4 there. Connor will go 10th. Chris Schneider will stay first. Can anybody top him? Bobby Whitling up to 5th place in car number 7W. Last but certainly not least will be the 155 of Tyler Schneider. Comes across the line. He improves greatly to 7th quick with a 21.404. So Tyler Schneider now 7th quick. But ladies and gentlemen, we've got a new quick time. It's driver car number 55. Chris Schneider is your current fastest qualifier with just a few more to go here. Next session of qualifying coming on to the Speedway. Now we've got group number 4. First driver out is a driver of car number 1K. He is out of Monongahela, Pennsylvania. That'll be Cody Catellis in the Hoods Up Quick Lube. Top Care Lawn Care Chem Oil number 1K. Behind him, he's the poster child of the Bob Walters Memorial here this year, as Jacob Dietz was able to pick up his first career Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania Motor Speedway victory earlier this season. He's a driver of car number 27. He's out of Saxonburg, Pennsylvania. Right behind him is a driver of car number 310. That's Dale Toohey. Dale Toohey in car number 310. He's out of Cheswick, Pennsylvania, in the B&T Truck and Automotive number 310. And right behind him in car number 17, that will be Jackson Humanic. Jackson Humanic in car number 17. Competed earlier this season, or rather the car competed earlier this season in the Ed Laboon Memorial for the Penn Ohio Pro Stock Championship Series. Was wheeled by a different driver. I believe that was Noah Brunell who jumped behind the wheel of that car. But tonight, Jackson back behind the power plant of car number 17. Looks as though everything looks good on this group as well. All transponders hitting, so that means we're going to turn them loose here for some group qualifying. Cody Catellis has a lot of wins here in his career, not just in pro stock competition, but also in rush late model competition and hobby stock competition. The driver has definitely suited himself well through 3 different divisions of racing here throughout his career. It will be Dietz. We got Dietz Brothers Racing here. Tyler Dietz is in the Super Late Models portion of the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series here tonight. Jacob Dietz racing the car number 27 here with the Pro Stocks. White flag set to fly for car number 1K. It's Cody Catellis. He'll go second quick, ladies and gentlemen, a 20.829. Third quick for Jacob Dietz, 20.889. What a session here. Manually timing Dale Toohey, 21.672. And Jackson Humanic will now go fourth quick with a 21.042. So we've got a couple of hot rods in this one. Checkered flag is waiting. Can Catellis beat him? Not enough that time by. He'll settle with a 28.29. Jacob Dietz will also settle 20.889. And it will be Toohey across the line, 21.8. Humanic will settle for fourth, 21.042. So we've got a major shakeup here through the top three. Chris Schneider's able to hold on to that top spot to this point. But ladies and gentlemen, Cody Catellis moving himself up to second quick. Jacob Dietz now third quick. Jackson Humanic now puts himself fourth quick. And Brett Kutera will round out your top five. Looks like this might be the final session of qualifiers here. It'll be the 2K of Jonathan Catellis, the first driver out on the racetrack. We've got a couple of Catellis brothers here in attendance. Usually it's the law firm of the Catellises. However, Logan not able to compete with us here tonight. So we will see if he can't rebound for the 2026 season. Nonetheless, Jonathan Catellis out of Stockdale, Pennsylvania, also piloting a hoods up quick lube machine. And right behind him, it's the A22 of Bill Slade. Bill Slade, he's out of White Oak, Pennsylvania. Bill here has been a fairly consistent competitor with us throughout the course of the 2025 racing season. One of those drivers who basically do everything they can out of a small garage, put a couple pennies together to put a race car on the racetrack, and you gotta love that kind of attitude, and that is what you get in these grassroots style types of races. Green flag set to wave here for these final two competitors. Can anybody knock off the top dog of Chris Schneider? We will find out in 2 laps as this story unfolds. So it's Catellis and Slade. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is the 4th annual It's All Clean Mobile Pressure Washing Bob Walters Memorial, presented by Big Daddy's Donuts for the Penn Ohio Pro Stock Championship Series, presented by K&M here. White flag will see set to fly here. Can the 2K of Jonathan Catellis, another driver who has made a storied career in hobby stock competition for many, many years here, jumping up to the pro stock ranks here just this season. Can he be the one to take off that top dog, Chris Schneider? We will find out. Catellis will go 13th quick with a 21.891. 21.891 for Catellis. Bill Slade will go 17th quick with a 22.205. So he'll actually be 18th quick there. 18th quick for the A22 of Bill Slade. Checkered flag set to fly as they head through the pack and ship start zone through to the ATI Materials flag stand. And that will be Jonathan Catellis holding on to 13th quick, 21.891, and Bill Slade improves. He'll go 16th quick, or now make that 17th quick with a 22.145. So, ladies and gentlemen, how about it for the driver out of Lower Borough, Pennsylvania, the S&S Chassis Mastermind? Let's hear it, ladies and gentlemen, for Chris Schneider, your fast qualifier here tonight. All right, ladies and gentlemen, well, we're going to take a moment here to pay some bills. We're going to send things along to the commercial break. We'll be live right back here at Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania Motor Speedway in just a moment.
This is what you save your lunch money for.
Welcome to the The My Race Pass app is your motorsports headquarters on race night. With over 800 organizations across multiple forms of motorsports, you'll always have the information you need in the palm of your hand. Race day information with official entries, lineups, live timing and drag racing timing slips, official results, point standings, announcer audio, fantasy racing, and so much more. Don't be left in the dark on race night. Download the My Race Pass app today in Google Play and the App Store. My Race Pass, the ultimate racing resource.
Hey race fans, have you set your Dirt Draft lineup yet? Dirt Draft is the fantasy racing app you can download right on your phone. Pick a team of 5 drivers within your $100,000 salary cap, and the better they do, the better you do. You earn points to spend in the Dirt Draft Speed Shop for all kinds of cool stuff, from t-shirts and hats, race tickets and pit passes, or even a season pass to FloRacing. New subscribers even get a free Dirt Draft t-shirt. Download the Dirt Draft app now from the Apple app or Google Play Store.
Hey, this is Kyle Larson, and you're watching the best pavement, dirt, and drag racing, all live on FloRacing. You have great racing on the track, you have great crowds.
400 race cars.
Laps to go. Corner number 4 at the line. Brandon Overton.
The Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series is back big for 2025 as the Big River Steel Chase for the championship presented by ARP kicks off in January and concludes at the season finale at Eldora Speedway. Drivers will battle for over $1.3 million with $250,000 awarded to the series champion at Eldora Speedway. Don't miss the action all season.
You have to fight to pull ahead, to find your edge, to do whatever it takes to make you 1/10 of a second faster, smarter, more committed than the other guy, because you've got the kind of passion that can overcome the impossible. And we've got the most powerful performance race fuel available to help you do it. Sunoco Race Fuels. Take the lead.
The Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series is brought to you by Big River Steel, developing sustainable steel made with the world's most advanced mini-mill technologies. By Lucas Oil, keep that engine alive. And by Automotive Racing Products, quality first and made in the USA. Back here at Pittsburgh's Pennsylvania Motor Speedway, just outside of Pittsburgh. Our pre-race coming up next. As Tyler Harris will be here, we'll have our invocation by Russ Ward and our national anthem coming up next here. And then we'll have the first of 4 Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series heat races. Tyler, you want to take it away on our pre-race ceremony, sir? Go right ahead.
Absolutely, James. Thank you so much. And ladies and gentlemen, I can't thank you all enough for being here at Dirt's Monster Half Mile for a beautiful Friday night of racing here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are able to, please rise, and gentlemen, remove your caps. And we will do what we love to do here, ladies and gentlemen, and convene together through this beautiful sport of auto racing. And to help join in tonight's invocation, I'll turn things over to Mr. Russ Ward.
Thank you so much. If you would, please join me in a word of prayer. Our most gracious Heavenly Father, God, once again, Lord, we thank you, Lord, for such a beautiful day we had here at Pittsburgh Motor Speedway. Father, the weather has just been phenomenal. We just thank you, Lord, that you've allowed us to be part of your great creation. Father, we just thank you for your love and your grace and your mercy that is new every day, Lord. Even though we don't deserve what you give us, God, we know that you are a God who loves us so much that you allow us to go and make mistakes at times, but God, you just want us to come and to seek you and for forgiveness. And Father, we just ask that you just forgive us for our many sins, Lord, as we go about our lives and we just tend to turn and think of ourselves. And God, we just ask you forgive us as a whole, God. Father, be with us tonight, Lord, in this program as we go into. Father, we just want safety for all of our drivers and everybody that is involved here tonight. We don't want no harm to come to anybody, Lord. We just want a great program tonight, Lord, of safety and racing for our fans, our staff, our crew members, and everybody that is involved here tonight, Lord. Be with us, watch over us, keep us all safe, Lord. Watch over those who are protecting this great country, Lord, a home and abroad. As Father, as always, we give you all praise and glory in all things. We ask it all in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen indeed. And ladies and gentlemen, I now direct your attention to the left of the scoreboard. We have our nation's colors posted up there. And here tonight to perform tonight's national anthem, let's welcome Justin Sanford. All righty, ladies and gentlemen, how about a round of applause for Justin Sanford here tonight? And ladies and gentlemen, that means that I just have one more question for you fine folks in attendance, and for those of you watching at home on FloRacing, who's ready to go racing tonight in Pittsburgh? That's right, ladies and gentlemen. I'll turn things over now to Mr. James Essex, the voice of the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. James, take it away.
Very good, Tyler. Thank you very much. The first of 4 heats for the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. Penske Shock seat number 1. The winner starts with the victory fuel pole tonight. It'll be 8 laps, top 4 transfer. It'll be your overall quick qualifier. It'll be Devin Moran. He's at the Double M Motorsports 99. He's out of Dresden, Ohio. And the Lanson Darla Landers Double M Motorsports 49. He is third in the points. That is Jonathan Davenport out of Blairsville, Georgia. Row 2 will be Dan Angelicchio. He comes to us out of Mount Pleasant, Pennsylvania. Mason Ziegler, the 25Z out of Chalk Hill, Pennsylvania. Row 3 will be the top 2 drivers in the Rookie of the Year points. It'll be second in the points. It'll be Daniel Hilzebeck. The 22 is out of Earlham, Iowa. And the top rookie this year so far in the Lucas Oil Series is Donald McIntosh. He is out of Dawsonville, Georgia in 79. Row 4 will be Greg Satterley, 2-time Pittsburgher winner. He's out of Indiana, Pennsylvania. Tommy Schoenhofer Jr. out of Pittsburgh in 8. Row 5 will be John Garvin Jr. out of Sarver in the J4, and Levi Yetter out of Cabot in the 9, and Ron Fink, the EZ1 out of Cumberland, Maryland. Thanks to everybody for tuning in tonight. The Race Car Engineering Pace Truck makes its way back to the pit area here. 2016 was the last time we were over 40 late models for this race. Had 46, 45 here tonight again. Can we hit 50 tomorrow night? That would be pretty cool, right? Got to get to 49 for 6 heats. 4 heats tonight. Here we go. Complete new show tomorrow night as we'll run for 50K, 10K to win here tonight. At the Nutrien Solutions Start Zone, the 2nd and 3rd place drivers in the points right now. It'll be Devin Moran and Jonathan Davenport. Here we go. Out of turn number 2 down the back straight, though. The winner will talk to Dustin Jarrett right now. How about Dan Angelicchio? On the inside, Jonathan Davenport, the defending winner of the Pittsburgher crossover. Half a car length, Angelicchio to turn number 1 in the books. Devin Moran in the 99 car. Roger Sellers, Double M Motorsports, the team based in Morristown, Tennessee. They keep the car in Dresden, Ohio. Battle back here. Satterley and Angelicchio. Off at turn number 4, Devin Moran still has the lead. Jonathan Davenport 2nd, 3rd, Angelicchio 4th is Satterley. 5th is Mason Ziegler. Again, 6 drivers doing double duty here tonight at Pittsburgh. Blair Creston, you see the new wall that's extended out turn number 1 all the way around here to turn 4. As they come out of turn 4, 3 down, 5 to go. Battle here. Satterley will go to 3rd. The Robbie Allen crew chief 22 car. Hellraiser Jack's halfway mark next time around. The Penske Shocks heat number 1. Angelicchio trying to hang on for 4th. Ziegler, Hilzebeck, Garvin, McIntosh, Yetter, Schoenhofer, and Fink. As they come out of turn number 4, Ziegler through the middle. 4 down and 4 to go. Again, the winners on the victory fuel pole tonight of the 30-lap A-Main, 10,000 to win. Devin Moran, 2nd in the championship points. He has been 2nd the last 2 years at a dirt late model record, $250,000 to win this year. The top 4, they will split $700,000 here as we head down the main straightaway. 5 down, 3 to go for the 99. Devin Moran, 1 career win here at Pittsburgh, and that came 1 year ago tonight. And the night before the Pittsburgher here last October, and right now he has got 2 laps away from doing that here tonight, sitting on the pole. As we head down the back straightaway, Davenport runs 2nd, Satterley 3rd, Angelicchio is 4th. Devin Moran again, Cornet power under the hood of that 99 car off at turn number 4. He is at the Barron's Performance. 1 lap to go into turn number 1. Final time around as they head out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Davenport 2nd, Satterley 3rd, Angelicchio runs 4th. And Devin Moran, 2-time and defending Indian Icebreaker winner. He will be on the victory fuel pole here tonight at Pittsburgh. 2nd spot is Davenport. 3rd is Satterley. 4th is Angelicchio. Ziegler 5th. 6th, Hilsebeck. 7th, McIntosh. 8th, Garvin. 9th, Yenner. 10th, Schoenhofer. And 11th is Ron Fink. The top 4 will go to the UNO8 scales to make it official. They will be in the show tonight. 4th, Danny Angelicchio. 3rd, Greg Satterley. 2nd, Jonathan Davenport. And your winner, he is in the Big River Steel, Lazy Days RV, C&W Trucking, Hazen Services, Millwood Plumbing, Bomag, Refuel Wellness, Anthony's Pizza, Red Oak Pub, Pee-wee's Record Service, Car Source Auto, McHugh Chrysler, Dodge Jeep Ram, Phillips CPA, Smoky Mountain Speedway, Hall & Haskell's, Chuck Kimball's the crew chief, Dylan Klein, Nick Smith on the crew of the Double Down Motorsports Longhorn. On the victory fuel pole tonight, he remains perfect here at Pittsburgh. The 99 out of Dresden, Ohio. How about it? For your winner, Devin Moran. All right, Summit Heat number 2. Before we talk to Devin Moran, it'll be 8 laps. Top 4 transfer on the pole. It'll be the 58. Out of Las Cruces, New Mexico, it'll be Garrett Alberson. Outside the 76 out of Evans, Georgia, is Brandon Overton. Row 2 will be Hunt the Front. Joseph Joyner back at the 19M tonight. He's out of Milton, Florida. And Max Blair, the 111 out of Centerville, Pennsylvania. Row 3 will be Logan Zarin. He's out of Hookstown, Pennsylvania, the 1Z. And Corey Lawler out of Hanover in the 93. Row 4 will be the Jet, Jared Miley out of Pittsburgh. And Brock Pinkerus out of Ellenville, New York, the 555. Row 5 will be the 101 out of Morristown, Tennessee. 4 is Trent. Out of the 24 out of Oil City, Pennsylvania, Tyler Wyatt. And Chris Schneider out of Lower Burrell, the 55, starts in 11th. So again, coming up tomorrow night, complete new show for 50K tomorrow night. 1 heat in the books. So Moran, Davenport, Satterley, Angelicchio advance to the main event here tonight. 91 total late models here tonight. As Dustin Jarrett, our pole sitter, remains perfect so far tonight. That is Devin Moran.
Yeah, he's going to pick up his 15th Simpson Race Products heat race win of the season. You mentioned it, James. He's going to start on the victory fuel pole, looking for his 13th overall win of the 2025 season is Devin Moran, and that Roger Sellers Double Down Motorsports number 99. Fresh cut, still as fast, maybe a little more aerodynamic. All right, Dev, you said the track was a little different for qualifying. How does it feel now after that 8-lap heat race?
Definitely still really fast. Felt like I was really good at the start of that, and I could feel my tires definitely changing a little bit throughout that race. So we're gonna have to work on the balance just a little bit. But yeah, I don't really know where we're gonna be here in the future. That bottom was really good right there, but I don't think it'll be there for all night. So we'll just see if we can make the right adjustments, see what we can do.
All right, he's going to shop around for a fast line. He's going to be your victory fuel pole sitter, Dresden, Ohio's Devin Moran.
DJ, thank you very much. 108 cars, by the way, total here tonight in 3 classes. Race Car Engineering was founded in 1998 and located in Lakeland, Florida. Race Car Engineering has become one of the largest sources for racing and performance parts in Southeast United States, with a unique showroom and offices in a 17,000 square foot warehouse full of inventory. Race Car Engineering carries parts for circle track racing, both asphalt and dirt, sprint cars, drag racing, road racing, street performance, pre-touring, muscle cars, hot rods, off-road, and karting. Go to racecareng.com. Speaking of karting, Earl Pearson Jr. comes home with the victory last night over Corey Lawler and the aforementioned Devin Moran. All right, Garrett Alberson and Brandon Overton, Summit Heat number 2. The winner starts on the inside of row number 2 with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. We remain under caution as we have debris in turn number 2.
James, I heard there was a little bit of controversy in that go-karting race last night that Earl Pearson Jr. may or may not have dumped. He may or may not have dumped marketing director Wayne Castleberry heading off into the first turn. Can you confirm?
I think Earl's still mad he lost his track record at Knoxville a few weeks ago, right, brother?
I was talking to Earl down here. We were sharing some hunting.
How about, yeah, absolutely. How about Earl, the last few weeks been with us at Knoxville and Brownstown, working with the track prep crew. And I tell you, Knoxville, the Friday and Saturday, and then 2 nights at Brownstown last week was top notch.
Absolutely. And I mean, again, you heard Dev say that completely different racetrack here, still really fast. You know, we heard Ben talk about it. I know we're coming to green, but we heard Ben talk about Florence, the big track that identifies as a small track, I think you could throw PPMS into that category as well.
Yeah, Blair Chris Jr.'s done a great job here. I believe his third year of ownership here. Run for $50K tomorrow night, $10K tonight. Good crowd on hand on a high school football night. Of course, a hotbed here in Western Pennsylvania of high school football, but they've turned out pretty good here tonight, and tomorrow night should be packed down the back straightaway. Again, tomorrow, gates will open at 3 p.m. Autograph session at 4:30 as we come out of turn number 4. The Roberts Racing 58, Garrett Alberson out in front in lap number 1. How about Joseph Joyner? First here at PPMS. He'll wrap up his Hunt the Front season next weekend at Cherokee. Meanwhile, drifting up the track, Brandon Overton on the bottom. Here comes Logan Zarin. How about Logan Zarin? Out at turn number 4, possibility to run for the Lucas Oil Rookie of the Year. If you're from Pennsylvania, you got to do it right. We've had Flinner, Blair, Troutman all win Rookie of the Year in the Lucas Oil Series from the Keystone State. And right now, Logan runs in 4th in that Jim Zarin 1Z. Max Blair runs in 2nd. He was the Rookie of the Year 2 years ago as they come out of turn number 4. Here comes Joseph Joyner. Is he possibly running for Rookie of the Year next year in that JCM Motorsports Colton Miller owned car? Garrett Alberson right now, he is 6th in that points race with Brandon Shepard. Again, 5th place pays $100,000 here in 2025 as you have up there. How about Forrest Trent as Brandon Overton, who started on the outside front row, has slipped back as Forrest Trent has gotten around him. Trent is now 5th, Overton 6th. Then you have Miley, Pinkerus, Lawler, and Schneider. It is all Garrett Alberson as they come out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. There's the battle back here. Brock Pinkerus behind. He's back in 9th right now for the youngster. As we head into turn number 3, Alberson out at turn number 4. As we've got 2 laps to go for the inside of the front row. Max Blair 2nd. Joseph Joyner runs in that 3rd spot. As they come down out of turn number 4, Garrett Alberson's son Weston celebrated his first birthday last week. He went to the Pittsburgh Zoo, I believe, yesterday. So GA with it, lead out of turn number 2, the Barron's Performance white flag, 1 lap to go. Max Blair 2nd, Joseph Joyner 3rd, Logan Zarin is 4th. Final lap as Rob Penrod will wave the checkered flag for the Las Cruces, New Mexico. Driver pending the UNO-8 scales. He'll start 3rd here tonight in Pittsburgh. 2nd spot is going to be Max Blair. 3rd, Joseph Joyner. And 4th will be Logan Zarin in the 1Z. So the top 4 will go to the UNO-8 scales to make it official. Logan Zarin 4th, Joseph Joyner 3rd, Max Blair 2nd, and your winner. He is in the Low Voltage Solutions, Mesilla Valley Transportation, Sunoco Race Fuels, Bill Stein, Titan Racing Products, Nutrien Solutions, Bill Sports Shop, Done Right TV, Dickey's Doghouse, Cheap Cars, Fertilizer Equipment, Romer Machine, Denago Power Sports, Mitchell Rance, Zach Houston, the crew chief, Travis Hawkins, Danny Alberson, and Chasen Luther on the crew. What a great name, Chasen Luther. The 58 in the Longhorn Clements. He'll start 3rd here tonight at Las Cruces, New Mexico. How about a big round of applause for your winner, Garrett Alberson. DJ.
Weston's dad gets
Weston's
it done.
dad,
That's
yes,
right.
sir.
He gets it done in this one. He's going to pull into the Droop Check and grab a word with us, looking for his 8th overall win of the year. It's his 20th Simpson Race Products Heat Race win with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series, and he pulls into the Droop Check. He's going to pull the helmet off. Garrett has got wins this year. He's got a pair of wins at Volusia Speedway Park. Picked up a prelim win at Lernerville, prelim win at Knoxville, and prelim win at Florence. Is Garrett Alberson becoming a big track guy? Is that what we're seeing here?
Yeah, I love it. It used to intimidate the heck out of me, but for some reason I just kind of fell in love with it. Car feels pretty darn good right there. This is a really, really tricky racetrack, and it's a little wetter than normal right there, but it's going to transition. It's going to be a really good race.
Weston's dad going for his 8th win of the year tonight. How about it for Garrett Alberson?
All right, Destin, thank you very much. Cool at Thermotech. Heat number 3. The winner starts on the outside of the front row tonight. On the pole, coming off a 4th place finish at Brownstown last week out of Lincoln in North Carolina, it's Carson Ferguson, and the runner-up of the C.J. Rayburn Memorial last week At Brownstown, it'll be the Rocket 1. Out of New Berlin, Illinois, it'll be Brandon Shepard. Row 2 will be Hudson O'Neal, former winner of this race in the 71 out of Martinsville, Indiana, and Clay Harris in the 60s out of Jupiter, Florida. Row 3 will be flying Ryan Montgomery out of Fairmont, West Virginia, and Alex Ferree in the 1C. He comes to us out of Saxonburg, PA. He is a 23-time feature winner here at Pittsburgh. Row 4 will be Dan Ebert out of Lakeshore, Minnesota. Matt Costner out of Ridgely, West Virginia in the 66C. Row 5 will be his 50th year of racing. 3 career wins here at Pittsburgh. Gary Stuhler out of Greencastle, Pennsylvania. John Wayne Weaver out of Commodore, PA, the W3. And Ron Hall out of Hookstown in the 01. The winner starts on the outside of the front row tonight. Solid field, restaurant quality heat races, my buddy Michael Despain would say. Ferguson and Shepard. How about your fourth and final heat's going to have Ricky Thornton Jr. and Josh Richards on the front row. So Richards is Mark Richards Racing teammate. Brandon Shepard, Carson Ferguson, the Baylor Motorsports 93 at the line. Here we go. The Nutrient Ag Solutions start zone. We are underway. Ryan Montgomery strong at Florence there. Back last month, back at Lucas Oil Series. They try to go 3 wide down the back straightaway behind them. For the lead into turn number 3, Carson Ferguson and Brandon Shepard. Carson Ferguson, Scott Fagner, the crew chief out of turn number 4. Good battle side by side. And lap 1 is going to be by 0.038 seconds. Brandon Shepard. A racy track here tonight. A cushion at Pittsburgh. The new wall around here as they come out of turn number 4. Brandon Shepard with the lead. Brandon Shepard hanging on to that 5th spot right now in the championship points. Again, worth $100,000 as he tries to hold off Garrett Alberson, who won the heat race prior to this. And a battle back here between Hudson O'Neal and Clay Harris as we work lap 3 of 8 here in Cool It Thermotech heat number 3. Clay Harris is going to take the spot. Clay Harris the 3rd, O'Neal back to 4th. And it's Montgomery, Ebert, Ferree, Costner, Stuhler, Weaver, and Hall as we work the Hellraiser Jacks halfway mark. Brandon Shepard down the straightaway in car number 1. Halfway, 4 down and 4 to go. Carson Ferguson still 2nd. As Carson Ferguson trying to stay with him right there. The deficit is 1.3 seconds. Clay Harris 3rd. Hudson O'Neal is 4th. 5 down, 3 to go. O'Neal into turn number 1. 4th in the series points. They're going to have 2 to go next time around for Brandon Shepard. As they head out of turn number 4 down the main straightaway. Shepard looking good. It was 1.7 the last time. For the Rocket Durham Ford into 1. And it's going to be even more. 2.1 seconds as we'll enter the Barron's Performance. 1 lap to go. 50th K to win tomorrow night. We'll be off next weekend. Then we'll be at Carl Short's Dirt Track World Championship at Tony Stewart's Eldora Speedway. Tickets on sale now. Get them. Camping and tickets. EldoraSpeedway.com. Barron's Performance. 1 lap to go for B. Shep. Brandon Shepard. He is a 5-time Dirt Track World Champion. Trying to untie with the legendary Freddie Smith. Those are the only 2 drivers ever to win a DTWC 5 times. Shepard looking for his 6th in 2 weeks. He's going to be on the outside front row here tonight at Pittsburgh as he will take a convincing win here in heat number 3. 2nd, 1.7 behind is Carson Ferguson. 3rd is going to be Clay Harris. 4th is Hudson O'Neal. So the top 4 across the UNO8 scales to make it official. Grabbing 4th is Hudson O'Neal. Good run for Clay Harris in 3rd. 2nd, Carson Ferguson, and your winner. He is in the Valvoline, Soybert Calf Ranches, Franklin Enterprises, Petrol Towing, Gunners Hunting, Ace Weatherworks, Performance Grading, Styles Marine and Maintenance, Rocket One Pre-Owned Motors, Sunoco Race Fuels, Collins Brothers Towing, Danny White's the crew chief, Joel Rogers, Austin Hargrove on the crew of the Rocket Durham for Mark Richards Racing. He'll start on the outside of the front row tonight. How about it for the number 1 out of New Berlin, Illinois, B-Shep, Brandon Shepard. We'll wait on Brandon Shepard to get to the scale. Simpson Race Products heat number 4 will be the 20RT, the current points leader. Out of Chandler, Arizona, that's Ricky Thornton Jr. And Shepard's teammate, the number 1 out of Houston, Ohio. That is Josh Richards. Row 2 will be Dalton Wilson. He's out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. And the 09, first time here out of Sun River, Montana, is Michael Leach. Row 3, you'll be the boss, Ross Robinson out of Georgetown, Delaware, and former track champion here, John Hodgkiss out of Pittsburgh in the 69. Row 4 in the Malkit 79 is Doug Brown out of Worcester and Colton Flinter, the 48 out of Allison Park, PA. Row 5 will be Ryan Markham out of Ashland, Ohio, Tyler Dietz in the 0 out of Saxonburg, and Rick Eckert in the 2 car out of York, Pennsylvania. Well, Dustin Jarrett, Brandon Shepard outside of the front row tonight here at Pittsburgh for the 30-lap A-main.
The Rocket 1 is almost synonymous with Pittsburgh's Pennsylvania Motor Speedway, right? When you think about the guys that have been here over the years and that have run well. Of course, we talked about Josh Richards and his success here, but truth be told, Brandon Shepard, you have limited experience here at Pittsburgh, really. You've only run here a small handful of times. What's the secret to getting around this big, fast half-mile racetrack?
Well, it's just super momentum. You got to keep your speed up. I spent a lot of years around Josh, so everything that he's taught me over the years is, he raced here a lot, so it really works at places like these. And our car is really good. Mark and the boys and everybody at Rocket and Fox Shocks and Durham Racing Engines, they do a phenomenal job on this thing, and it's a dream to drive for sure. And I'm super excited about where we're headed and about next year. Honestly, we're not in the top 4, but that's where we wanted to be. That was our goal. But at the end of the day, we got a solid piece to start next year off with, I think. So
he's going to start on the outside front row for 10K here tonight. How about it, James, for Brandon Shepard?
Very good. And again, he will try to untie the legendary Freddie Smith in 2 weeks. Just even more reason to come to Eldora in a few weeks. Again, camping and tickets on sale at EldoraSpeedway.com. Brandon Shepard trying to win a record 6th Dirt Track World Championship in 2 weeks. It'll be Ricky Thornton Jr. He's trying to win the Lucas Oil Championship for the 2nd year in a row. If the winner of this race will start 4th. If Richards wins, he'll start right behind his teammate as we go green at the Nutrient Solutions start zone. Not a good start for Richards. Power back down the back straightaway. Remember, he came out at Lernerville back for the Hillbilly at one of this is his favorite track, as the caution flag is out. Single car caution over in turn number 2. So a big break for Richards as we'll go back to the first lap as you see the caution for the 2 of Rick Eckert and Alan Murray's number 2. Again, they had some safety belt issues in that car, that Rocket chassis, Dustin Jarrett.
Yeah, you took the words out of my mouth, James. Yeah, they had an issue actually with the harness. They were trying to get the hooker harness hooked up and situated. They were having issues with that a little earlier on, so that's why he did not get a qualifying lap. But it is worth noting, you just saw Brandon Shepard pick up a heat race win in an XR2. It is the Alan Murray number 2, also a brand new Rocket XR2 for Rick Eckert.
So the Longhorn 20 RT, tonight he has a Clements under the hood, the Jackson 100 winner last week. Richards again does not get the jump he wanted to, as meanwhile the pole sitter's the pace sitter at turn number 2. Richards down the back straightaway, now he gets it back going. Second is the big permit at turn number 3. Sporting the breast cancer awareness 18D. Leach back there and working rod in the bottom is Ross Robinson in 7. Down the main straightaway battle, Josh Richards to go back to 2nd. He fell back to 3rd. He actually fell back to 4th on that first lap. Did not count as they battled it at turn number 2, and Ricky Thornton Jr. has the lead. Pittsburgh Steelers fan Brian Burkhofer on the crew there. Skylar Cooper, Zach Fields, the crew chief. 2 laps in for Thornton. Richards 2nd. Wilson 3rd. Ross Robinson is 4th. Ross Robinson, Amanda Robinson, turning the wrenches on that 7 car down the back straightaway as we work lap number 3 for RTJ. 56th career win in the Lucas Oil Series last Saturday night at Brownstown, Indiana, the Jackson 100. He has won the Pittsburgher twice. Loves this racetrack here, this big half mile. There's Michael Leach, the Montana driver, right now in 5th. You never know where he's going to show up this year. I'm sure he'll be at Eldora as Dalton Wilson right now runs in ahead of Ross Robinson as the Hellraiser Jack's halfway mark. And it's Ricky Thornton Jr. out in front. 2.4 seconds for the Chandler, Arizona native, now living in Indianola, Iowa. as he comes off at turn number 4. Again, a dirt late model record, $250,000 to win the championship. The top 4 battling right now for $700,000 here in this last month of the season. Again, $50K to win tomorrow night. A complete new show as you see Richards looking pretty good to try to get in the show here tonight. Tough break at Lernerville back in the Hillbilly 100 weekend. We got 2 to go. We'll have the Barron's Performance 1 lap to go for the Chandler, Arizona driver as he comes off at turn number 4. It's 2.4 seconds and a dominating run. If he wins this race, he will start 4th here tonight off at turn 4 in the 30 lap A main. White flag from Rob Penrod. Barron's Performance 1 lap to go. It is Ricky Thornton Jr. sporting the Midwest Sheba Loin spoiler, the current points leader. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Richards 2nd, Wilson 3rd, Robinson is 4th. Final lap off at turn number 4, and Ricky Thornton Jr. pending the UNO8 scales will start 4th here tonight at Pittsburgh. 2nd spot is going to be Richards, 3rd Wilson, 4th will be Ross Robinson. So the top 4 go to the UNO8 scales to make it official. 4th Ross Robinson, 3rd Dalton Wilson. Rick Ecker, by the way, came from the tail to get 6th. 2nd will be Josh Richards. And your winner, he is in the Knights Companies, Hoker Trucking, Coleman Farms Racing, Ultimate Towing and Recovery, Elite Ready Mix, Capital Waste, Sunoco Race Fuels, EMD Wrap Certified Inspection. Zach Fields, the crew chief. On the crew is Brian Burkhofer and Skyler Cooper. He's in the Longhorn Clements tonight. For Bobby and Jessica Kohler, the 20RT two-time Pittsburgher winner, the current Lucas Oil points leader out of Chandler, Arizona. How about it for your winner, Ricky Thornton Jr.? DJ.
Ricky Thornton Jr., a 2-time winner of the Pittsburgher James on Saturday night. Lost 10 points at the start of the night, though, to Devin Moran. Wants to try to get that back here at the end of the evening. RT looking for his 25th win on the season. He just picked up his 25th Simpson Race Products Heat Race win. You're a 2-time Pittsburgher winner, man. What is it you like about this place?
Normally it's just super slick, hard to get a hold of, and really puts it in the driver's hands. I feel like the bottom's going to be a little fast tonight, but overall, for not really knowing what we're going to have on the racetrack earlier, I feel like the heat races are pretty good. So hopefully I can pass from 4th. Car felt really good there. I was able to kind of move around a little bit and kind of see where I needed to be a little bit better or where I was really bad. So hopefully we can pass a couple cars here and not lose too many points and end up on a podium.
He's going to roll off P4 tonight. It's going to be the 20RT of Ricky Thornton Jr. getting the win in Simpson Race Products Heat Race number 4. Rush Late Models up next. Don't go anywhere. This is the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series, and you're watching us live on FloRacing.